All right, and we're live. What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 13. This is a very exciting stream for a lot of us because we just got a bunch of releases this morning, and I think a lot of you are pretty excited for a lot of these drops because there's stuff that we've been waiting for a while and hoping for, and they finally gave it to us, so... give me 1 second. I'm having a bit of an echo issue here. Where is this coming from? Do I have a tab open in the background or something? Technical difficulties. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, guys. But anyways, so these are some very exciting releases that we've been waiting for a while, and we got some surprising ones that we didn't really expect. But we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to show you guys some of the initial photos that dropped on Secret Base's Facebook page, and then Sean is going to go through pricing for us. So let me pull the tab up here now. All right, guys. So the very first one, and you know I'm excited for it, and I know a lot of Marvel fans are excited for this one. We got our Tobey Maguire Spider-Man with the head sculpt. Not only that, as you can see here, I have the deluxe edition pulled up on the screen. I don't know if you guys caught this, but on a previous stream, I had mentioned that Sideshow had put text with all of the other No Way Home figures saying that there was going to be a Sandman. And we were hoping that they either slipped up or that was a little teaser. Turns out it was a teaser or a slip up because we did end up getting a Sandman base just like we got the Lizard. So very, very exciting for this one. Pricing wise, again, Hong Kong dollars, $28.80. Sean, what is our U.S. price for the deluxe Tobey with the Sandman base? And of course, guys, this doesn't include sideshow tax, as we like to call it. This is just the Hong Kong conversion to U.S. dollar.
All right. Good evening, everyone. $366.89 is the conversion rate.
So, yeah, that one stings for sure. Definitely a high price tag. Converted to U.S. pricing, I could expect around 400, 405, maybe even higher. Definitely kind of high, but this is such a special release for a lot of people. I would expect that most people would be willing to pay for that, so including myself. I've been waiting for a Tobey Spider for a while now. Obviously, the original ones were very expensive, and they weren't quite there quality-wise to justify that price tag. But with that being said, again, I'm going to be picking this one up. Let's say hi to some people in the chat. Ethan, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you in here. My Boba Fett buddy, OG fan, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great Thursday evening like we are. I know we're all super excited. It's great that I got to wake up to these releases because it made my day a lot better. Despite what happened, I knew I was going to be happy to talk about these releases with you guys later. So we got a free Pokey in the chat. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but feel free to continue commenting that. My man, Clone Collector, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And Fabulous Disaster, definitely a great supporter. Appreciate you being here and glad to have you. But let's continue on. I don't want to get into too much with these just initial photos. Once we start going through these stills of each figure, then we'll start getting everyone's opinion and everything on it. But I just couldn't contain my excitement for the Tobey figure. So next, this is just the standard version. So this does not include the Sandman base, but it does include the head sculpt, which is a good plus in my opinion. We have $18.90 Hong Kong dollars for this one. Sean, what is the conversion to U.S. price for this guy?
$240.77.
$240.77. So that's not bad. I would think factoring in sideshow tax, we're going to be looking at.
I was going to say, is that like 30%, right? At 30% for sideshow?
Right. Yeah, so I'm thinking about $285 for that one. I do have a screenshot to share with you guys in a little bit. It's a little bit confusing, and it's in regards to this Tobey Maguire figure, but we'll get to that in a little bit once we go through all these stills. But yeah, that's my prediction on price before it's put up is $285. Iron Man 2 Mark III Diecast 2.0. This is a big release, guys, and this is a deluxe. It comes with a really cool base with the Mark I helmet, and you can see there is a special edition helmet that comes along with it. Hong Kong price, we're looking at $29.80 Hong Kong dollars. Sean, what's our U.S. price on that?
$379.63. But this is from the. Does this say
Typical.
Iron Man 2 or Iron Man?
3.
I thought this was listed as an Iron Man 2 release, but I could have misspoken.
I thought you meant the
It's
Mark.
just Iron. Yeah,
It's just Iron Man 1.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Mark 3 was only in the.
That's true. You're right.
The
It was only
case, so-
right. It was towards the end of Mark. Yeah. So, excuse me for that, guys. Iron Man 1 Mark 3 2.0 reissue. Definitely going to be a hefty. It's going to be a hefty price tag, of course, because this is a full die-cast figure. So if you guys are used to buying Iron Man figures, you know that that's about what you're expecting. So I'm expecting probably $415 to $435 on this one. Some of the HK prices were super high. We're talking like $540. I don't think that's going to be the case, but you never know. Let's touch on a couple more comments here before we move on to the next one. OG Fan says, oh yeah, always a good day when Hot Toys drops figures out of my wheelhouse that I feel I'm compelled to buy. Yeah, and we're going to get into it, man. There's a couple figures in there that I did not expect, and there's one in particular that I did bring up backstage last night when we were talking with some friends that I'm insanely excited about, to say the least. But very good point that you made there. Leighton, how's it going? Good to see you. Leighton's a really cool dude. He's always giving me some love over on Instagram, so awesome to see you in the live, Leighton. Really, really appreciate you coming by. Next figure, guys, is the star of the show, in my opinion. This one kind of broke the internet, and I know all of us here on the panel are super excited about this one, and I can't wait to get everyone's opinion, because I got a little taste here and there of what everyone thinks, but not quite a full opinion, and I definitely want to hear from Lane, because Lane was being very reserved with his opinion, because he wanted to save it for you guys on the stream, so...
Well, he sold Dark Side, so we don't need his opinion.
Well, Vader is cool, but he got shorted the shaft in a big way, I think, in one manner versus all the other.
See how he put his hands up? Because he knows he's about to get roasted. He says some
Right.
wrong stuff.
Guys, get ready. Get your jokes ready. Start writing them down, because we're about to put Lane in the dirt if he says anything about this figure. Anything negative, we're not having it. We're not having it from Lane. Last stream, we were getting some negative stuff from Lane, and we're not having it here. So be prepared with your roasts in the chat for Lane to say something. But anyways, Hong Kong dollars, we're looking at $21.30 for this guy. Sean, what is our price in the U.S. from the conversion to the Hong Kong dollar?
I'm pulling it up from Sideshow right now.
Yeah, so guys, this one is one of the ones that was put up on Sideshow. So Sean will be able to get this the exact amount in the U.S.
Isn't it
I thought it was-
$295 and $330 for the deluxe?
Yeah,
so-
Yeah,
Lane's
so
right.
he's right.
So guys,
$330.
$295 for the standard. So the standard is the complete battle damage look. That's all you get, the complete battle damage look. Everything that involves the battle damage look, you do get that. And that does include the USB lightsaber as well. And we'll see that again in a little bit. But with the deluxe, not only do you get the light up base that's like the top of the quarter scale Return of the Jedi Vader's base, but you also get the full clean look as well. Unfortunately, there's not a second body, but what are you going to do? I was really hoping for that 2-pack, and we didn't get it, but we're going to talk about it. Don't worry. I'm still really excited for it, but let's move on. We got the mommy, as Nate would like to call it from Geeking Out. We got mommy Padme. I'm already getting excited looking at this figure. We got mommy Jane Foster. Definitely really exciting to finally see a Natalie Portman figure. You will see here in a minute, we did get a head sculpt, but unfortunately we did not get a full glimpse of it because it seems like it's not ready yet.
She's still
but I'm
Norman
okay with
Osborn.
that.
She's still Norman Osborn.
Right. Yeah, they might be still working out the likeness or the licensing, who knows, but it's good to see that we are getting it. I'm very excited for that, and again, we'll discuss in a little bit that might have some signs moving forward for possibly a Padme figure, in my opinion. But that's all we have for the... Oh, I'm sorry. We have one more. I'm too excited to jump in all the photos. One more. The most important one for me, apart from the stuff that I knew was coming. We got a freaking Robocop, guys. Like, who doesn't like Robocop? We got a Robocop. I'm really excited for this one. Some of you guys may have never seen Robocop, and you're like, who is this? Go out and watch Robocop. Maybe not Robocop 3, though. Robocop 3 is not the best
3,
Robocop film.
This figure helps prove to us that RoboCop 3 was very good for making a figure, but not very good for making a movie.
We all love the jetpack look. I think we can all agree with that. So this is a very exciting figure for me. Unfortunately, the original actor for RoboCop from 1 and 2, Peter Weller, did not return to the role in this film, so that kind of put it down on a tier for me immediately. With that being said, it's insane that we're getting a RoboCop figure. We had just talked about this last night backstage in a stream. We were saying, like, wow, it's the anniversary of RoboCop, and we haven't seen anything from Hot Toys. Are they going to do something? And then here's their answer to that. So I'm really excited about that. Pricing here, and guys, this is a die-cast figure. Pricing here is $24.30 Hong Kong dollars. Sean, what would be the U.S. price converted for this one?
309.56.
Okay, so that's not terrible. That's not terrible, guys.
No,
I could see like 365, 385 on this one.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if it'll push 400. I don't know if it'll push 400.
I think it'll be 405, 425, 405.
I don't think so. I think it'll be, me personally, I think it'll be sub 400 just because all of the other prices have come in lower than I expected. So I don't know. I have faith that this one will be sub 400. And the Iron Man, that one's absolutely over 400. But I think this one will be sub 400. I just realized that I think I skipped over the Natalie Portman figure here in terms of the pricing. Do we have the Sideshow pricing pulled up for this one?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what is the price for this one for the for Sideshow?
Okay, $305.
$305. That's not bad.
And they just lowered her time. It was at 18 days. Now there's 17 days left to order the exclusive version for her.
And we're going to touch on that, guys. They made some changes for some releases from the early stages of Toy Fair that we're going to want to talk about so we can kind of get you guys prepared for what to expect moving forward over the next couple of weeks. Let me touch on a few comments here, and then we're going to drop right in and look at the photos. Let's see. Ethan says, Obi is incredible. Absolutely. We're going to talk about Obi again here in a little bit. Definitely really dig that figure. OG says he's getting this just because it's Natalie Portman and Thor. She'll go great with Sideshow's comic Thor. Dude, like I was just talking about this the other day on another stream. A lot of people do buy figures because they just love the actor or the actress, and that's perfectly okay. Like a lot of people are going to buy that new Neo figure, even though they don't like that the Matrix 4. They're going to buy that Neo figure because they want a Keanu Reeves figure in their collection. So, oh, Lane, you're destroying our ears. What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure something out. Clone Trooper said, definitely a great looking Vader. Good to see you, Clone Trooper, and I totally agree, and I can't wait to talk about it further here in a few minutes. OG says, does this have a no jetpack option? Yes, it does, and you'll see in the photos. They have photos of RoboCop with the jetpack removed and him posed without it. So, yeah, there is a no jetpack option. So if you don't have a RoboCop at all, you could kind of make this your RoboCop and not have to pay those crazy secondary market prices.
Trust me, if I really wanted to kill yours, then I would be playing over for you and over again those space ghosts from Thor 11 Thunder.
Like someone we know?
Yeah.
Raxus Prime. How's it going, by the way, Raxus Prime? Raxus says Robo 350. I could definitely see that. Again, I have faith that RoboCop will be sub 400. We can't listen to Lane. We got to have faith in the RoboCop pricing.
Hey, so I just went through and I was checking with the Mighty Thor price.
Mm-hmm.
So doing the conversion rate, then the price that she's going for, they basically only did 21%.
Yeah.
So it's not 30%. So her price is only 21% more with Sideshow than what it was for Hong Kong.
And you know what that could be too, especially since they have these timed accessories that come with them. They may have done that so they can kind of push these day one pre-orders further. Definitely really good prices. That's why I said I think the RoboCop's going to come in sub 400. We actually have a comment here. Thank you, Leighton. Leighton says RoboCop from a Hong Kong reseller in Australia is currently 550 Australian dollars or 384 USD, not including shipping. So I would think if a Hong Kong reseller comes in at that price, I think we can expect sub 400 for that one. Raxa says, I came here to say Viva la Dirty Dishes. I don't even know who that is, man. I have no idea. I don't know who you're talking about. Dirty Dishes who?
You've called the Hot Toys hotline where we have dirty dishes presenting to you with
Oh,
all
God.
your needs fulfilled.
Sean, stop it. Stop it, Sean. Don't listen to him. Plug your ears.
I
Plug your ears.
was
Don't
getting
listen to Sean.
into it.
I wasn't. I absolutely was
You
not.
know, Chris, thank you for supporting me in my endeavors.
I'll always support you.
All
that
right,
we will-
guys.
so that we will have Mace Windu by 2025.
He's coming long before that. But hey, we're talking.
2025.
We're talking about the Darth Vader. Let's not get sidetracked. Guys, we got the battle damage Darth Vader. If you're a Rebels fan, or if you're just a fan of the Kenobi show in general, I think you are super excited to see this one finally come out. We have talked about it many times on stream, and I have said many times on different social media outlets that I knew that this figure was going to come out because, come on, we got the Kenobi also. They're not going to not release the counterpart to that Kenobi figure. So I knew it was happening. It was just a matter of when. I'm glad that they kind of snuck it in there at 10 a.m. Before the rest of the releases dropped, just to give us a little taste of Star Wars, since the other releases were kind of devoid of more Star Wars. It's unfortunate that the DC didn't get any love for the second wave. DC kind of got left out there, but it's all right. I think they have some cool stuff coming out soon, so at least they're getting more than they have been in the past.
Doesn't the Peacemaker actually maybe count as a new figure after all the changes they made to make
kinda,
it all
but
trash?
we can't accept that because DC doesn't get enough love. But yeah, kinda. I'm glad that they did that. Harpo, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for the support on one of the videos I uploaded the other day. I know you commented on it. Guys, if you haven't already, when you get a chance after the stream, I did upload 2 videos in the past week. One of them regarding pleather maintenance, and the other one is just a copper flop video regarding this Darth Vader and what I think of it. So, but let's start going through these photos, and then we'll get everybody's opinions on it. Guys, if you can't tell already, I'm really excited for this one. Me personally, I do have all of the Vader figures that are currently released by Hot Toys in 6 scale, not including the original release for the New Hope Vader, because it's kind of a cheap, junky release in my opinion. That Vader ain't it. If you're going to get a New Hope Vader, try to get the 2-pack one if you can, even if you have to get someone to separate their 2-pack Vader. It's just a much better figure. It improves on the original one completely. So, yeah, I don't have the original New Hope Vader, but I have all of the Vaders that have been released from each film right now. So with that being said, this is a must-have for me. I think this photo is interesting. Obviously, a lot of people aren't fans of Reva, but you can see they did include the Reva sabers with Vader. Is that foreshadowing that we're going to get a Reva figure? Probably. Reva as a character has been merchandised quite a bit, so I could definitely see us getting a Reva figure soon. And there's another little thing that they threw in with these photos of Vader that makes me think we're absolutely going to get that Reva figure, and you'll see here soon if you haven't already. But guys, we have 17 people in here. If you haven't already, please drop a like on the stream if you enjoy what we do, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Sean, I kind of want to get your thoughts on this Vader before I talk everybody's ears off because I'm so excited for it. What do you think of this figure, and is this something that's an absolute pickup for you, or do you have to think about it at all?
So I've already ordered the deluxe. I did order the exclusive version. We have a timetable on it. Mm-hmm. Not really thrilled with the exclusive piece that comes with it. Seems like it's a waste of a little bit.
Right.
But the clean version looks really good. I love the detail with the head sculpt with the battle damage version. They did take a lot of time and effort into this one, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, I already ordered it, but I'm curious how long the USB effects will work for these figures. For die cast, I'm sure they can last for a while because they're stronger material. Mm. But within the plastic, I'm curious how long that's going to last, along with cloth material surrounding by the cord. And
yeah,
I have concerns with that a little bit.
I could see that, and it's something new that they're doing, so I could see why you would be concerned.
However, I think they did an incredible job.
I couldn't agree more, Sean. I absolutely love this figure. Again, guys, watch that copper flop video if you want to hear me talk about this Vader and gush over him more, but this is amazing. What's up, Doc Smizzle? Doc Smizzle says, smash that like button. Thank you, dude. Ralph, how's it going? Good to see you. This is a beautiful thing. This is an amazing figure. This is definitely a top tier release for this year, in my opinion, or sorry, announcement, I should say. Definitely really, really excited for this one. Chris, yeah, you're on the spot. I saw you playing with your phone, so we're dragging you in. I'm just messing with you. Chris, what do you think of this Vader? Once we get your in Lane's thoughts, we're going to talk about... Don't pretend like the other guy isn't in the photo yet, because we're not going to talk about him yet. Let's go back a little bit. Chris, what do you think of this Vader? Is this a dream come true for you like it is for me?
It absolutely is. It feels like a dream right now. And usually I don't feel this way about a figure release, to where it's like, oh, it's a year out or a year and a half. And like, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want it. Like Carnage is one of my anticipated figures, but this just like trumped it by a mile, and it sucks that it could possibly be 2024. But we're used to that kind of stuff. It just like, this is something that I wish that I could have in hand the next day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I will not be picking up 2. I will be getting just 1, because right now I have my Sideshow Vader, which does my Return of the Jedi theme. And then this will kind of be that in between Revenge of the Sith up until then. So I've just figured, instead of letting the parts go to waste, kind of see if I can get the fixed helmet on it and use the cape from that as well. Because if it's wired, then I'll definitely do that. And then just have this guy battle damage, because I can't let that go to waste. But yeah, I pre-ordered as well immediately. As soon as it went up, the deluxe special version, whatever it is. So
bad. We don't do that. Bad.
Dude, you know what? There's also, like, for some reason, I heard some rumors. Usually when a release goes out, there's like 100 photos or whatever on Reddit about it. Apparently Vader had like 500 plus, and so far I've not heard not one negative thing about it, unless Lane has something to say here, and he'll be the only one I've heard today, that says something negative. But
I've seen a couple. I think the weirdest complaint I've seen so far, which everybody has their own opinions, but I did see a complaint where people were saying that one of the eyeballs, someone in particular was saying one of the eyeballs looked too big.
Okay.
That's looking at something. I understand more where you would tell me, like, after seeing those pictures of the Harley Quinn 3rd scale J&D where the dude is like sticking and showing the dentures and all that stuff, and I go, that looks kind of creepy to me. That makes more sense to me than the eyeball looks too big.
It seems crazy how like everybody seems to now all of a sudden want to pre-order, like break that rule. I've seen a lot of people also saying they've pre-ordered and ordered, but who knows how long they're going to actually commit to it,
Yeah, so I think the biggest reason that a lot of people are dropping pre-orders is there's a couple scares recently, right? So we had the Arena Boba Fett, and we're going to talk about the Arena Boba Fett again. I know everybody is probably tired of hearing about this point, but I do have some additional information regarding that Arena Boba Fett, so we're going to talk about that later. But the Arena Boba Fett and that Chrome Clone Trooper, I think those are two things that kind of started to scare people into pre-ordering more, especially newer collectors. And now Hot Toys has worked with Sideshow to time lock once again these special exclusive accessories. So
to start their summer showcase timer countdown spectacular every year now going forward.
Right. Yeah. So because of that, I think that's why people are starting to pre-order. And of course, if you're going to be told that you're paying the same price and you're going to miss out on an accessory, a lot of people, including myself, are like, oh, I guess I'll pre-order it. I hate being backed into that corner, but unfortunately, that's you got to play the game if you want to get the exclusive accessories. And again, we'll show it once we go on Sideshow's page what that looks like. But yeah, they are time locking the Sideshow exclusive accessories.
And for one of them, we're like right up against the wall almost now.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm super, super excited for this. Like, it's hard to contain it on camera. Too. This is my absolute favorite guy, him and Anakin, one and the same. But everything you get in this, and Lane hit it on the head. He told us in chat before today of the price of what it would be. And, he hit that nail on the head, and I was actually shocked. But I'll take it. And then the two bases too. This is the last thing I'll say, because I'm gonna try and get some parts from this guy to upgrade the Sideshow one. I'm gonna use that Return of the Jedi base too. That comes with the quarter scale. Yep. Mm-hmm. So yeah, super excited.
Good idea. So TK says, not too worried about the USB. I'm assuming you're talking about the USB lightsaber, because if it fails, then I'll just be posing these figures as usual, lightless.
And this guy comes with a lot of lights. He has 4 lightsabers with them.
Yeah, so he's got two Vader sabers and 2 Reva lightsabers.
Yeah,
so Lane, since you're already commenting on it, let's hear your thoughts on this Vader. Don't be controversial. Don't you do it. Not with this figure. Any other one, you're good to go. Let's hear it.
I am always going to say what is on my mind, whether you want to hear it or not.
We don't want to hear it. Go ahead, Lane.
Well, too bad.
I'm just joking with you. Go ahead.
But this one I actually think is an absolutely awesome release. The deluxe, especially having the flip. This is one I can say I would not see why you would get the normal versus the regular. Mm-hmm. And I'm speaking as someone who has Rogue One Vader. So yeah, my need to feel to run, my perspective coming at this one is a little bit different, since I have, already one of the best Vaders.
Yeah.
So, I could convince myself I could just get the regular version of this one, because I've already got a clean Vader, basically, and just have the battle damage stuff. But this one comes with the LED base. It comes with, I think the faceplate, especially to switch out, which the faceplate lights up too, that you switch out for it and everything. So this is one of those ones I could not see why not getting the deluxe over the regular version. Why you would get the regular over the deluxe one, because the price point is not huge. Now it's $295 versus $330. That's still $35. So it's still a pretty good price jump. But this is one that I think it's hard for me to say I think it is the best figure of all the ones we're being shown, because I think there's one just as good.
Yeah, for sure.
Looked at and stuff.
For sure.
But it depends what you're into. Like, if you're a Star Wars person, if you're a big fan of Obi-Wan and everything, am I going to say this is my most definitive Vader? No. I still think the most definitive Vader for me, the one that I would still like the most, is a 1/6 scale Sebastian Stan Return of the Jedi. Because that's still
Shaw.
Shit. Did I say
you said Sebastian Stan?
I said the Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier Vader.
Sebastian Shaw, not Sebastian Stan. I just had been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's fair. They are very close in name, to be fair.
Yeah, but Sebastian Shaw, the original Anakin Skywalker.
I agree.
But that being said, leaving this out, this gives us a chance to really have Darth Vader hating Christensen. Mm-hmm. See him and hear him talk. And, even though several other guys played the Vader actor and stuff. And, of course, we got one really good last performance from, his original voice actor and everything, too.
Right.
So I really think that if you're – now, this, to me, is one of the Disney era Star Wars would be one of the most definitive figures to get from Disney era Star Wars.
For sure. For sure.
I can't say original trilogy or even prequel, because those were by the original creator. This is a Vader. This is a Disney Vader, along with like the Rogue One. So if you don't like Disney Star Wars, I can see where maybe you don't want to get this one. You would be outright for Return of the Jedi. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be one of the best Vaders ever made. Which, I mean, you would hope it would be, because it's going to be the most recent one. So you hope they would.
That it's updated, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping that as much as they can do it, that you're still going to face with this guy possible pleather issues. However, if you own an older one, this one's going to be a godsend. Yes, you may have play pleather, but this is, let's say it comes out in 2024. First problems you might have with it, you'll be looking 2029, 2030. So, I don't think that should enter into your mindset if you're necessarily going to pick it up or not. If you own a Vader, like Rogue One, or I'd say except for the original New Hope, it's hard for me to say you absolutely have to get this one. If you already own a Darth Vader and you just need one figure of the guy, then you may already have the one you want. you know, like
That's
Empire
true.
Strikes Back or something.
That's true.
But if you want one with some really cool look and unique look and engineering to it, this is going to be a great Darth Vader. It's not super crazy. I mean, it's going to be cheaper than a lot of the other secondary market Vaders. Or in the same ballpark.
Especially the Rogue One Vader. He's getting pricey.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, or they'll be in roughly the same ballpark. So why would you go backwards instead? You might have to wait a little bit longer, but you can get whatever the latest engineering Vader is. Now, there's only one thing I don't like with this figure, and it's not really with the figure. It's the special, and I count this as part of it because this is part of trying to get you to pre-order the figure.
Let's see if we have the photo here. There we go.
Sean made the reference over there. It's that piece of trash. That Grand Inquisitor hologram. How can and I'm completely excluding the other figures, okay, that have been announced that have other stuff, except for one that's comparable to this. And I want the other guys to comment what is your estimation of why Vader's coming with this and the other characters. So everybody in chat, I am only comparing this to the Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is a DX figure. Now, it doesn't have a deluxe edition. We're getting back into the DX and deluxe stuff that I hate because I think it sounds and is stupid. But Obi-Wan comes with the box with Anakin's lightsabers. That one's coming up in like 3 days and some odd hours. It's going to go bye-bye. So that one you're going to have to be on the set if you're going to try and get the special edition. I do not understand, why does Vader have this piece of trash as its special enticement? I mean, whether it makes sense or not in the universe, what is going to make you? Does that make you? I'm leaving out. You guys want the figure, but if there was where you're having to decide now, where maybe you only have this is going to be $30 some odd to pre-order off Sideshow, where maybe you only have $25, $30, $35, so you can only pre-order one figure right now, and you want to get the special edition. What about this makes you want to spend that money on this figure early, other than we've seen it 500 times before? And versus Obi-Wan's the special edition for Obi-Wan crushes it completely. I want to buy Obi-Wan.
Chris is ready to answer you. He unmuted his mic so fast. Go ahead, Chris.
I mean, you're probably going to give a different answer. I just wanted to touch on one thing that may kind of haunt into it. If they end up doing a Riva, that could possibly be a reason why somebody would want this. Another reason could be down in the long run. I know a lot of people collect the deluxe edition or the furthest edition in case they have to resell and get the biggest bang for their buck. Now, who knows how much this is going to go up just because of that little piece, but you'd be surprised. I mean, because... For example, my TASM 2 Andrew Garfield, it's a regular version. I got a pre-owned, but trying to find the exclusive, and literally all it came with was a canister from the movie, is super hard to find. But when you do, it's a dramatic price difference just because it's, that extra exclusive or extra piece. And that seems to happen with a lot of these figures.
So
I'm not saying it hasn't happened to me. The Boba Fett last year, the throne. I pre-ordered it because it came with the stupid little thing.
Right. So I'm kind of like agreeing with both Lane and Chris. This hologram looks like shit. Let's be real. It doesn't look good. It's not a highly detailed hologram like they've done a lot in the past. And I think the same goes for the Obi-Wan Kenobi one. It comes with a Bail Organa hologram, and it doesn't even look like him. So I do understand Lane's point. Like, this shouldn't be an enticing point for you as a collector, but with that being said, it is for me because
and they're not charging you for it though either.
Right, that's the thing. That's the biggest kicker with these special edition accessories. In my mind, in my weird mind, and everybody's mind shouldn't work like this, but for me, I'm like, I'm not paying the same price for less, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna feel like I'm left out because I'm not getting the special edition accessory. So. It's one of those things that's like a weird collector quirk that a lot of us have. But I totally agree with Lane. This is garbage. This is not like the Sentinel arm that we got with the Wolverine. That's super cool. This is garbage. But with that being said, the figure is incredible, so you'll look past that garbage. I do also like Chris's point where he said, well, hey, if we get Riva, it would make more sense to give her this hollow puck talking to the Grand Inquisitor. And that does make a lot of sense to me. I didn't even think of that, but that does make a lot of sense to me. But before we continue, let me touch on a few comments, and then we'll discuss it further. My boy Bespin, what's up, man? Bespin is a good friend of ours from the Discord, and he's going to be coming on the streams here soon, hopefully. Hey, if you want to come on right now, you can come on right now. But Bespin's going to be coming on here soon, regardless. But good to see you, my friend. Fabulous Disaster says, did they put up the Iron Man for pre-order? Did they? Could you confirm that?
No,
like, I haven't seen it. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow or something if that goes up.
Yeah, I think they'll push out the rest of them probably soon. Bestman says, don't be ordering figures if you only have $30. Buy some food. Yeah, hey, those are words of wisdom. If you can't afford to buy food, you definitely can't afford to buy Hot Toys. Be smart about your money. Doc says, Lane back from the dead. We've missed you. Yes, Lane is back from the dead. He is healthy and happy, and we're super excited for that.
Sort of.
Partially happy. But regardless, we're very happy that Lane, guys, if you didn't know, Lane was sick. He had COVID.
Oh, let me ask just what you guys think. The showing where you guys were talking, even though I was talking about some other Vaders and stuff, just how this may be an evolution of just the Vader format of Vader. I mean, they've had a ton of Vaders, but just like on the back there, they made sure to include just the lightsaber damage to his cape and stuff.
I'm glad they did, because remember I commented on that when we got that initial tease of him with Kenobi. I was like, man, the cape's not slashed. What's going on with that?
We need something one way to help distinguish this guy as a separate Vader from all the other. It's just even a little extra detail like that. To me, that I thought they were just going to skip that. That
me too.
Me
too. Yeah.
But
yeah. So and Lane did make a good point. There are a lot of options for Vader, but I will say if you're a new collector, you're in heaven right now. If you're a Star Wars fan, because like. This is definitely the most stacked and most detailed Vader release that we've seen thus far, just based on the prototype photos, of course. My definitive Vader will always be the Empire Strikes Back version, because that is a very special film to me. However, this one is coming home. I will be buying 2 of these guys. Hot Toys got me with this one because they gave us the standard look and the battle damage look. Because of that, I have to get 2. And that's going to be a good segue into a photo that we glanced over earlier.
Hey, let me just touch on one thing before you get fully into that. Sure. Raxus Prime had commented asking or stating, if you pre-order it, do you have to set up the flex pay, or can you just pre-order it and pay off the whole thing once it drops?
Oh, yeah. So sorry I missed that, Raxus. Chris, are you going to answer this question?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to, because I got there's a couple ways you can do this. You can pre-order and do the flex pay. Right, so he already stated that, or you can pre-order it, and then when it comes out, you will be billed. So you can do that without having to set up flex pay. The way I've sometimes do it, and this is a little hack that I do, where the flex pay kind of makes you pay it that certain time, even though it is a little bit flexible. What I do is if I'm pre-ordering, I don't do the flex payment, but I buy Sideshow. If it's on Sideshow, if you're somewhere else, I don't know, but Sideshow, I buy the gift cards and I put an amount that I want over time whenever I get paid and pay it off that way. Sometimes before the figure comes out or when the figure comes out, but
hey, I'm about to get smacked by Taskmaster tomorrow.
Oh, so I'm glad that Lane brought that up, and great advice from Chris. Sideshow is very, very flexible with their payment plans, guys. You can pay it in full immediately. You can set it to pay in full when it charges over a year later. You can put it on the payment plan. There's many different options, so definitely look into that before you make a rash decision and instantly pre-order. Definitely look into all your different options for payments, because those payment plans help a lot of us, including myself, make decisions on buying figures so I don't have to pay them off up front. But yeah, and another point from Lane, be careful when you're pre-ordering, because we're all going to be dropping a bunch of pre-orders, I'm sure, for these new releases, because they have these timed editions for the holograms and such. Be careful when you're pre-ordering, because that money adds up fast. If you're not just a Star Wars or just a Marvel fan, it's going to add up quickly. So definitely be careful. Use your Sideshow payment calendars and make sure that you're able to pay off these payments when they show up in June of next year. I can't stress that enough. A lot of people got hit with the Mandalorian and Luke Skywalker wave that came a couple months ago, and they weren't expecting all these payments to come out, including myself, but I was kind of ready for it. So definitely be smart about your pre-orders and make sure you watch those payments because it does add up quickly.
Well,
No one has to collect everything.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, this has also been where we've talked about though this year and everything. I don't think it's just newer collectors or other stuff too. This is where all the delays to a lot of figures and other stuff like that, which are affecting people because when you have like, I'll just use for instance, it's a figure I finally decided to cancel, even though I pre-ordered it twice, and I'd been excited for it, but I had some other things come around where I just said this is going to have to be sacrificed because I have something else to take. I'm going to have something else that does not cost as much. It's going to take its spot in my thing. Is the Mysterio Iron Man illusion? That thing's been delayed multiple times. That's a $420 figure. Now I'm going to be just straightforward. I use like $125 in points, so I wasn't paying the full price for it. But I canceled that recently because I could get a full refund for it.
I thought you were going to end up getting that one, but
I really liked it. But
yeah,
but we have that one going to be like this isn't even just like ones we're still waiting to be released. There's the ones we saw if you're going through Sideshow or any of the sites or anything like that you go through US. Is that like we've been waiting on Taskmaster, the Mysterio Iron Man illusion. Now you got the Spiderman, the Miles Morales was just released, the Dark Trooper. These are all ones we're having sometimes right now. We're in kind of a delay funk that may start in the next, like all of a sudden you're going to find in the next 6 weeks could just start all popping up at you at all at once. Ones that are out, but you have no idea exactly even when they're going to come. Here could come smack you too. That's another thing. It's not just when they're released in Hong Kong. This is where I guess maybe you guys are going. Where sometimes if you're interested in a figure, but it's not something you're like, I need, like it's absolutely going to be part of whatever your setup's going to be. But when you're interested in waiting for it to come, like be released and start seeing if people have gotten, like we're going to put up on the, on the web page, this figure's come out like, hey, I got charged for this and it's coming to me next week. When you start seeing maybe people monitoring on Facebook, like have a lot of people starting to get it, that might mean, hey, I need to start figuring out instead of pre-ordering it, maybe wait to see people start getting it or wait till it's in stock before you buy it. Because then that means, you can either have the money set aside, you start saving, or now it's about to be around soon. So maybe you need to start putting some money aside over like, the next month or something like that, saving up so you can buy it, know? So, I mean, we all have arguments for having different reasons to do everything, but I think that's one thing with how everything can just kind of spontaneously come at you because Sideshow is late, takes a while to get stuff because of shipping or just with the weird release schedule that we get from Hot Toys themselves.
Yeah, and they're trying to suck people in with these holograms. So going off of the talk about the hologram, Doc said that the hologram will make the Vader $100 more on the secondary market just because, and it's absolutely true, unfortunately. And again, like that's the main reason why I'm going to pre-order this Vader is because I know that if I ever go to sell it, it's going to have more value. I'm not telling you guys to rush out and grab this because you absolutely don't have to. If you don't care at all about that hologram, this figure is going to be in stock for a long, long time. Pre-order to in-stock phase, it's going to last beyond when it actually starts shipping. So don't think you have to go out and rush and grab this. If you're not interested in that hologram, just put it on your wish list and think about it later. That's all I got to say. Raxa said he doesn't know why. I don't know, man. This might be the definitive Vader for him for now, even though he has The Empire Strikes Back. That's understandable. Again, for me, The Empire Strikes Back is such a special film for me. Nothing will take its place in terms of figures from it, but I totally understand. Raxus also said he doesn't understand why the hologram is Grand Inquisitor. It should be Reva. Well, hey, maybe it's not Grand Inquisitor because we're going to get the Reva, and then they'll want you to buy that Reva to go with your Vader to get the Reva. So maybe that's why.
Can I say, am I wrong really here to say as we're looking at our bald-headed friend here?
Hello.
Possible tease here is when I first saw this guy, the first thing after it was suggested that there would be a Reva figure, I'm just picturing I just have to buy the Reva to have her like flopping on the ground like a fish out of water, and then just have like White Vader standing there to have this figure like just behind him out of view, just kind of like after just pointing at his little medallion there. This is makes him see. I'm the teacher.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I love that.
I'm the teacher. You know, he's pointed like I'm the teacher's, but I'm even though he actually hates me beyond belief. But he just pointed like I'm the teacher's pet. See, it says I'm Grand Inquisitor.
Right. I saw you. It was the meme from the dudes from Impractical Jokers, and they're all pointing at Reva, saying like, "Oh, she thought she was the Grand Inquisitor." Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I just feel like he should like I would have to position him and pray that he's got like a trooper pointing hand where he's like pointing out where he's going like this like
they got to.
I mean, I just have him pointing at his chest right there, and that's the pose that.
They got to. But yeah, guys, so. We're talking about this Grand Inquisitor tease. It's pretty incredible. Obviously, this is not the Grand Inquisitor from Star Wars Rebels that everybody was hoping for, but to get a Grand Inquisitor at all in Hot Toys form is super exciting for me. And this Grand Inquisitor is the reason why I'm getting the clean version of Vader, because I want to display the clean version with the Grand Inquisitor and possibly Reva if we end up getting her. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're getting Reva. I am getting Reva because I want to complete the Kenobi line. I want to get all of the figures from this show. So because of that, I'm going to end up grabbing Reva.
You're getting Reva.
Amen. Hey, I am too.
I am getting Reva.
I'm with Connor.
Who in the chat is getting Reva if she comes out? Let us know in the chat, because I'm curious. I really am curious, because I know it's not a fan favorite character by no means. So who in the chat would pick up Reva if we ended up getting her and the Grand Inquisitor?
Zero.
Now, see, you and I are both picking her up if they do her, but we're also picking up for different reasons, because I take it a step further, and I'm probably in the minority. Well, I know I'm in the minority. I actually liked her. So.
Yeah, see, like, yeah, she did kind of redeem herself towards the end of the show, but that wasn't enough for me to, like, 100% need the hot toy. For me, the Grand Inquisitor kind of propels that forward for me, because having them three together would just be an amazing display piece. And I just imagine having like the Grand Inquisitor and Reva kind of stepping up on that giant light up base that Vader comes with. That's how I'm going to display mine.
You know what he needs to come with, and he better come with? Hot Toys better somehow do where the lightsaber actually spins.
That would be amazing.
That's what I want.
Right.
Yeah,
Willie says the first time picking up Vader, he's hyped. Yeah, we're all really hyped for this Vader. It would be my fourth time getting a Vader, but I'm equally as hyped because just like Chris, Vader / Anakin is my favorite character in all of Star Wars. So I can't get enough of this figure.
And it's a unique enough Vader. There's
exactly.
It's totally, and it's not like the quarter scale that they had with Sebastian Shaw. See, I read it right this time. It's a totally because it's a like an actual battle damage face mask type one. So it's going to allow you, if you want to try and remake the scene from Rebels with Ahsoka.
Right. And so Rax is actually talking about Rebels too. We'll touch on that after.
That's a sideshow.
Yeah, we've already
I have something to comment about that later regarding the sideshow.
We've already seen what vomit the sideshow capable of when it comes to
look what you started, Chris. Look what you've done. What have I done?
Anyway, but this tease, the Inquisitor, I think this Inquisitor here in the background looks really cool. Like I totally agree. Do I think he's going to be like, you absolutely have to get this guy? Absolutely not. But he's going to be, if you're collecting the Obi-Wan line, like I think the minimum 3 you have to get, like, if you're willing to buy an extra figure, like if you're willing to buy beyond, you might just want Vader and Obi-Wan and that's all you need.
Right.
Like since that's the central conflict premise of the show, then you can just do those two. But if you're going to do one other one, the Inquisitor to me feels like he would be the perfect extra one to have to kind of round it out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I totally agree, Lane. If you're going to grab like 3, if you're going to limit yourself to 3, like those are the 3 you get. Absolutely. I totally agree.
You know what I just thought of? Sorry to cut you. Looking at these 2 pieces, how you'd swap them out. Wouldn't it be cool if it's actually like 2 pins that you slide into his chest?
So that's what I was thinking, because this has a light up module. How does that work? You know what I mean? Is there little like electrical plug that plugs in, and it kind of like Iron Man. Like Iron Man, some of his pieces key in, and it completes the circuit. So I don't know how they're going to do this. Maybe there's just batteries, button cells inside of the chest box. I don't know if they mentioned that this was USB powered or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for this one. I'm glad that everybody's finally like kind of universally excited about a figure. I don't know if you guys noticed it, and I believe it was Chris that kind of touched on it earlier. Like we saw a ton of photos on social media about this figure. Like people just were posting and posting and posting, and I'm like, yes, like this is the excitement we like to see. Obviously, we are all a community collecting together, and it's nice when kind of everyone bands together and agrees that like Hot Toys knocked it out of the park. I saw people who aren't even a fan of Star Wars saying like, I absolutely love this figure, and that's awesome to see.
Cam's a fan, but he doesn't collect, and he's getting this.
Yeah,
and it's a DX figure, Vader. We've never had one. I mean,
yeah,
sure,
that's
we've
exciting
already debated what DX means anymore, or not.
And this is a bit closer to DX, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think this is a closer DX release. I mean, 2 bases, 2 swap out looks. The only thing we're missing is that extra body. That's a bit unfortunate. That's a miss for me, but
in the deluxe version feels a little bit more deluxe with that light up base.
Right.
Well, plus the Reva sabers also that are cut in half. Will you go back to the Grand Inquisitor? Because I wanted to comment on that.
Sure.
Okay, so this is more than a tease, because a typical tease we get is like an arm sleeve or the back or something else. This is completely more. They're showing a head sculpt.
Right. From the front.
Front.
Yeah.
So they're already working on this more than anything. It's not like the Bespin Han Solo looked like what they did was they grabbed a New Hope Han Solo and tailored a jacket for Empire Strikes Back.
Exactly.
For this, though, this is a complete frontal. I think Grand Inquisitor is going to happen, and he's around the corner.
You'd probably think, could you see him maybe by September? Maybe
look
September
at those eyes, bro.
At least by November. By November.
Yeah, I think that I know. I just hate that. I hate Reva's character, man, so much.
Oh my
I just could not stand that character.
Hey, we gotta count our Reva votes in chat.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I disliked her character. Okay, I was a little too strict. Is because the actress just really annoyed me the entire thing. Even when
Obi-Wan!
Yeah.
Haslab.
That can be your do yourself up recording that when you're like having someone send a super chat, you doing a Reva Obi-Wan voice.
I don't think anyone wants to hear that ever again. I think that's
that can be your Spaciacs from Nate.
That's
like
the end of
he
my
plays
career.
those things. Yeah. Well, you might leave us to only 3 people ever showing up, if that, and that's just those are just ones that can't hear. Actually, they have to read text.
But just like with Anakin and Count Dooku, that lightsaber. It's kind of a tease for Reva if they've done the lightsaber.
I agree, and I totally agree with. That's a great point from the Hot Toys Nightmare, Mr. Sean. Typically, when we get, and I'm gonna bring up a sore subject, guys, Mace Windu. Going off of Sean's point, he makes a really good point. Mace Windu, we kind of saw him crouched over from behind, so we didn't see any like fully worked on head sculpt. We didn't see any detail. We saw nothing. With this, we're getting a full painted head sculpt that's only slightly blurred. It obviously has a bit of a blur to it. But I mean, they've developed a whole new set of armor and everything for him. Like they're not gonna not put this one out. It's a no-brainer for them. It's gonna sell really well. The Grand Inquisitor is happening. Do I know when they're gonna come out with it? Who knows? There's a lot that they still have to put out, especially from all the San Diego Comic-Con stuff that we already saw. But this is happening for sure. Let's touch on some comments though.
Hey, I do have one. I need to touch on your comment, though. Lane and Chris, did Connor just lean towards the 2025 for Mace Windu?
I didn't.
I think so.
Hey, didn't he say some SDCC
my selected hearing says 2025 is Hot Toys Hotline, Mace Windu campaign 2025. Let's hear Revenge of the Sith anniversary.
Oh, I thought he was about to start rapping. And he was there. Let's hear Revenge of the Sith.
There's some method to Sean's madness in regards to the Grand Inquisitor. Mace Windu is still happening. this year, we're getting the release from Mace Windu. You heard it here first and probably on a million other channels, but I'm sticking with it. Mace Windu is happening. But again, Sean did make a great point, though, because there are plenty of releases that get teased in that same fashion, and they never happen. It happens very often. But let's go through some comments now that Sean got his joke out of the way.
Sean, what are you talking about? Sean is one of the smartest guys in the room right now. That is one of the most correct statements that has probably been made.
This is unfair. They're ganging up on me. Chris, help me out.
Hot Toys fandom.
Chris, help me out, please. You're supposed to have my back.
New York.
New York Comic Con. There you go. Chris has put in the prediction. New York Comic Con. We're going to see Mace Windu.
Pancake is getting the nozzle snut in.
There's a reason I have the comment over Lane's face, so we can't even see him talking.
But Mace Pancake is getting the nozzle stuck in and getting pumped back up into 3D shape. 2025.
Nope, absolutely not.
What though? If it was 2025, it's still coming.
We probably want to keep going though.
See, that's not the debate though. Sean agrees that he's coming out. He just doesn't think it's going to happen for Attack of the Clones. So I have to stick to my Attack of the Clones release. But Raxus says the only way I'd get Reva is if Hot Toy did the entire group of Inquisitors. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I'll mess it up.
Inquisitorius.
Inquisitorius. There we go. Bespin said, "Who's Reva?" I know, Bespin. I know you don't like Reva. I know you weren't a fan of Kenobi as a whole for the most part, but I know. Trust me, I know. And he said he's coming on soon. So guys, we'll be having our friend Bespin on soon enough. Bail Organa, come on, let's do it, Howard. Hey, we got the Bail Organa hologram. So at the very least, you can say that you have a Hot Toys Bail Organa.
You mean the hologram? According to
whoever it is, right? Whoever it is, right? Bob Organa, maybe Bob Organa,
Bobby Organa. That maybe that's the father of that one kid.
Possibly, very possible. Insane One, good to see you on the live. Insane One's a new subscriber, and he's been giving us a lot of love on all the videos. So good to see you. And hey, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. And subscribe if you're not currently subscribed. I have a lot of content planned. And of course, we go live every Thursday to bring the content to you guys as soon as possible. So thank you so much for that one. Insane One, I really appreciate you. OG says, this Vader is so good, it will make me buy 2 of them and the Obi-Wan, which I wasn't even interested in before. Dude, I totally understand that sentiment. There were so many people that were saying that they're not sleeping on that Obi-Wan anymore because of this release. And I mean, that's what happens. Once you get the companion piece, you kind of change your mind a little bit if it's a figure that you were already kind of teetering on the fence about. So I totally understand that, and I'm getting 2 as well. Raxa said he thinks, yeah, I think so too. It would have been nice if he plugged in the back like with a USB. That would have been like the ultimate Vader, but that's okay. At least we got the USB lightsaber. Yeah, simply magnificent and exquisite and wonderful. It's a great release. I love the use of words.
I'm just glad they remembered to include one that doesn't.
Oh, so that's Lane. It's Lane who's been... I thought it was me at first, and I'm like, my Discord is closed. Who's pinging the Discord? Dang it, Lane. It's you. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to move on. As much as we love Vader, I think we've talked about him enough. Definitely a super exciting release, guys. Yeah. I think we're all very hyped for Vader. But let's move on and give some other franchises some love. We're going to scroll past him. We're going to get to him at the end just because he's one of the best for last. We're going to save him. But guys, we did get... So I know we've been kind of talking about the Mark 6 a lot on this channel. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Mark 6 reissue yet. I think it's still possible for the future. But with that being said, we got the Mark 3. Sorry, who's the best?
Vader.
I don't know. It's
Darth Vader.
Here's the thing. For me, it's the best. However, there are so many exciting releases here, and we have fans. People in here are fans of all different franchises. Vader may not be your favorite figure out of these releases. This is going to be a big one, however, for a lot of people. Guys, we got a reissue, a.k.a. a 2.0 of the Iron Man Mark III. And they actually did make some nice upgrades to this figure, which we'll see here as we go through the photos. First off, being the head sculpt. I know a couple people commented saying the head sculpt looked like it was a little bit too old. I can kind of understand that because he was younger in the first Iron Man film. However, there's still plenty of time. I think for a prototype photo, I think I'm very happy with this sculpt because I know and we know that Hot Toys has been improving quite a bit lately on their prototypes. So don't be worried about the Mark III, guys.
Can you put? Well, here's what I would disagree with that on this head sculpt. are you able to like really move in on it?
There you go.
Okay, look at just the detail for the hair strands, showing loose hair strands and stuff like that there on his forehead. Those are painted in, and then the little bit of blood.
Right.
That is so much extreme crazy detail.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
So
it's definitely incredible.
I'm going to just disagree with that. Like that's
No, I totally agree that it's an amazing head sculpt. I'm just saying I could see what people are saying by he looks a little bit too aged for his what he looked like in the first Iron Man film, and that I would agree with. But with that being said, if this is what we got for a final product, I would personally be happy. But let's start with Sean. Sean, are you excited for this Mark III? And do you have the previous Mark III diecast figure?
So I did have the previous. I don't anymore. So out of the last 6 announcements we've had, this is my favorite one.
It's good to hear.
I'm actually really excited for this. I'm also a little annoyed that Sideshow didn't post it today, but their 1/4 scale maquette of the Iron Man Mark III posted.
Oh, dude, I clicked on that and it tricked me. I was like, no way, this is this expensive. I'm like, oh, this isn't it.
Yeah. It's like, I saw it too, and I'm just like, that's an amazing pose. And I clicked on it. I'm like, this is clickbait.
Right. I was like $700 because it was like $695 or something like that. I'm like, there's no way. And then I realized that I was just being dumb and not paying attention.
I was like 1/4 scale. I was like, no, this said 1/6.
Right. This is not what we asked for.
But no, I'm really excited for it. The head sculpt is great. I do agree that it makes him look a little bit older. And my daughter and I actually just watched Iron Man.
So it's fresh in your mind.
And he does look a little bit older than what he's supposed to be. However, I mean, it's great. I'm surprised there's not a difference. There's not a deluxe and a standard version for this.
Me too.
But at the same time, I'm cool with it. I want to get 2 because I want to put the battle damaged plate along with just leaving the head sculpt and also with the air flap up, and then have the regular version. What I really appreciate with this Mark III is before with the previous versions of the Mark III from Hot Toys, on the gauntlet side that would pop up, it would have 2 rockets, and that wasn't film accurate. So if you can pull to where it actually shows,
let's see,
him shooting his missile or his little rocket.
He's not shooting it there. Oh, yep, right here.
So see how that's completely movie accurate. They've corrected their previous mistake,
which we love to see with a 2.0, because with a 2.0, you're expecting them to fix little inaccuracies here and there that they can.
Yeah, and I really like that, because remember when he gets shot down by the tank and then he gets back up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Spoiler alert. In Iron Man from back in 2008, he gets shot down by a tank, but he survives. If I'm ruining this movie for you because you haven't seen it yet, my bad. I'm sorry.
I think you're good. I think most of us at this point have seen it, but hey, at least you got your spoiler warning. That was your chance to jump out. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But great point. No, great point there, Sean. That's really cool.
And I love the display base for the Iron Monger.
Yeah, let's get a shot of that. Oh yeah, man. They're just letting me know that I missed out on a release. That's what they're letting me know with this base. But hey, that's kind of me getting the Iron Monger in a way, even though I don't have him. I love that too, dude. Iron Monger, dude. I think like Jeff Bridges' Obadiah was one of the best villains in Marvel, in my opinion. Obviously, he's below Thanos and like Killmonger and stuff, but I really like.
He was a nice straight up villain.
Exactly.
Who was like, I'm an evil businessman.
And it made a lot of sense, and he did it well.
Yeah, but he was a twirling evil mustache villain, but because he was played so well and played by Jeff Bridges, that's what, if he was played that he was interesting while still also being kind of two-board cutout a little bit at the same time.
What I loved about the relationship between Jeff Bridges and Robert Downey Jr. is you had this complete 100% sense that Jeff Bridges was more of a mentor, like almost in reality. He was a mentor for Robert Downey Jr. because Iron Man is what cleaned up Robert Downey Jr.'s personal life.
Mm-hmm.
Completely changed him, just like we get to see Tony Stark completely change.
Throughout
we
films,
saw Robert Downey Jr. change with him.
Yeah.
That's just my observation. That's my personal opinion. I know other people will be like, once a junkie, always a junkie kind of thing, but I don't really care. People can be redeemed in one way or another, except for pedophiles.
Oh man,
but,
we're going way.
But my point is,
this
is awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You wanted my personal opinion. I just told you.
Look at that
I
battle
gave you my
damage
opinion
chest
from
plate.
the movie and this. It just
battle
showed.
damage chest plate. Let's talk about what do you think of that battle damage chest plate, Sean?
It looks awesome. I think it'll be great with the head sculpt too.
Speech by Sean.
Now, with the hand, though, I wish they gave us like a regular plain hand for his left hand
I know
versus a repulsor hand, because he takes it off because he's trying to get the suit off, and then the Iron Monger pops back in. And I wish, hopefully they add that so we can redo that scene as well.
It is so funny that only the first Iron Man movie ever got the Iron Man villain actually right.
Yeah.
Since Ivan Vanko was a weird Ivan Vanko in 2 just proved to us how lame most of Iron Man's Rogues Gallery was, considering they had to combine 2 of them together, Whiplash and also the actual
Whiplash
Justin Hammer.
Well, no, because Ivan Vanko is a combination of 2 guys. Because Ivan Vanko was Crimson Dynamo.
Raxus. I just want to touch on some comments.
Who was an evil Soviet armored guy. And then Whiplash was his own villain who is super lame. And they mashed those 2 characters together to create this Whiplash. That's why he uses armor in the final battle. Because that fit more Crimson Dynamo.
People kind of spoke with their wallets on that character, right? Look at the Whiplash and how long he's been sitting, man.
I did not pull the trigger on that guy. Went on Amazon for a while.
He was super cheap on Amazon.
He was $200.
Yeah.
You got him as cheap as $189, and he's not a bad figure. But it just says, of course, then we got the Mandarin. In Iron Man 3 that made
Iron Man 3
that made Ivan Vanko seem like Thanos in comparison.
Right, yeah, I agree. Iron Man 3's villain was trash. That was made the movie very unenjoyable.
That's how they introduced AIM. I was like, where are the yellow suits, man?
Right.
How can they be AIM without the yellow suits, man? And MODOK.
Right.
He's gonna be coming now.
Bro, man, look at that back shot. Look at these metal mesh pieces. That looks amazing, man. This figure, if you're an Iron Man fan, I know a lot of hardcore Iron Man fans, the original 7 suits are really special. And I'm one of those people, I love the original suits so much. I love the bulkier suits just because it really tells the story of Iron Man the best, because you could see the improvement in technology from one figure to the other more clearly than I think with the nanotech suits and such. So this is definitely a really special figure. Let me touch on some comments, and then we'll get Chris and Lane's. I kind of get some thoughts from Lane, but we'll get more thoughts from Lane on this figure. Raxus was saying that he thinks the body is brand new for Vader. I did say that in my Copper Flop video. It looked like the proportions were more correct for the Kenobi show, and that they didn't reuse one of the previous bodies. So I definitely agree with that, and I think it looks great. It's definitely more accurate to the Kenobi show than I would have expected. Doc says, how much you want to bet that detail is missed during the mass production? I think you're talking about those little painted on hair pieces. I hope not, dude, because that's definitely a really good sign of Hot Toys paying more close attention to detail. I hope they include that, because I know a lot of people caught wind of that, and that photo was spreading around a lot of places. So let's hope that they keep that. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. We saw what happened with the Tony Stank Mark 85 head sculpt a while ago, but hey, they can redeem themselves with this one hardcore. Insane says, seeing how I do not own an Iron Man, just the Punisher War Machine, I'm stoked to get this bad boy. The dynamic stand really sold me. Yeah. like Sean was saying, that Iron Monger base is pretty special, especially if you don't have the original Iron Monger release. That one I passed on because it's just so brittle. A lot of people have accidentally broken them just posing them, so I just can't invest that amount of money in them and have it break on me when I try to pose it. I say that and I have General Grievous above my head, but I digress. Mojo, how's it going? Good to see you. Mojo says Marvel is better. This figure is a banger. Absolutely. This is a great figure. This is a really great release. Again, I was hoping for the Mark 6, but I am not disappointed at all by the Mark 3. Definitely better than like another repaint of another suit, kind of like the holographic Iron Man. This is more exciting to me than the holographic Iron Man for sure. Yeah, spoilers, man. We got heavy spoilers from Sean, man. That movie from 2008, he's really killing it for everybody.
You're welcome.
It was nice that they didn't try to humanize him. He was just an asshole who wanted power. Yeah, for sure. I think, again, Jeff Bridges did a great job in that role, and I think that was a really smart casting choice from them. Definitely a great casting from Marvel for that film. Here's another shot of the head sculpt. While I'm kind of going through these photos further, Chris, what do you think of this figure? And I know that you have your Mark 85, and you're kind of really happy with that one. Are you interested at all in this Mark 3 figure?
No. Short answer. Long answer, I do think it looks great head sculpt wise. Like I could see if you were saying how you think it's a bit older. However, the hair does a lot compared to the 85, what he looks like in Endgame at that time. Also, if he looks like he's got a little bit of, like he's been through some stuff, so he's got the blood there.
Ringer.
Yeah, he got some sweat and whatnot. So all of that can make you actually look older, especially with dark ring around your eyes. So maybe they were just paying attention to like how he looks all worn out and stuff.
Those are great points for sure.
Yeah, with that being said, though, for some reason, if I were to get this, it'd probably be with the battle damage pieces. Hot Toys really been focusing on that a lot lately. Mm-hmm. But the only reason I say that is because, like, when the suit's together, it looks like not just clean, but way too clean. And for some reason, it doesn't look as metallic to me, at least for this Iron Man. Other Iron Mans are like a super hot rod red, and like deep, glossy, kind of looks metallic, even though it's die cast, so you'll probably feel it, but there's just something off about it. So, and I could be in the minority for that, but the first time seeing this, because I haven't even looked at these photos, that's just what I thought. He looked a little bit too toyish to me, but the battle damage part is good. So
it definitely adds a lot of life to it. I definitely agree. I just want to say, like, this base, man, this is a home run, absolute home run of a base. I love seeing diorama bases because it adds so much character to a figure, in my opinion, and it kind of tells a story. This base absolutely tells a story about this film. So I'm definitely really excited for this, and this base is a great addition, in my opinion.
I like how that nameplate is stomped in there, too.
Oh, yeah. And I like how they kind of blended it as much as they could with the rock. I think it looks great. Yeah. Definitely looks awesome. So OG asked a good question. Could this Mark III be your only Iron Man in the collection? For me, I don't know if you guys, some of the newer viewers may not know this, but the Mark VII is my all-time favorite Iron Man suit. There's just something about it. I love the way the shoulders are capped. I love the proportions of the suit. And the moments that we see Tony Stark in that suit are very special to me. Obviously, the first Avengers film was a big film for a lot of us because it kind of got a lot of us sucked into this MCU franchise as a whole. So seeing him in that suit in the Avengers film was very special to me. So because of that, I took a liking to the Mark VII suit. So with that being said, the Mark III wouldn't be my definitive figure. It would have to be the Mark VII. But with that being said, this is definitely coming home with me. I thought I was done with die-cast Iron Man other than the Mark VI, but then what can I say? Hot Toys changed my mind. I got to go with this one personally. But Lane, what do you think of this figure?
I think the detail and everything like that on it looks amazing. The head sculpt looks great. The base is very cool. It's an Iron Man figure, so I'm afraid to see the price.
Especially on this one, yeah.
Yeah, this one could be $450. It's going to probably be around the same price as, I'm going to guess, the Mark 85 battle damage.
And let me pose a question to you to answer as you're talking about this. Could you also touch on what you think about this special edition accessory versus your opinion on the other one, the hologram that came
this
with,
one is way better because this is the crushed helmet from the Ironmonger. I think it's a way better piece. But at the same time, is it something like for this one, for that? I think that it's a way better extra piece to have. Do I think it's something absolutely? Do I think I consider it maybe in the same realm, kind of like the Vader, that you could pass this if you're not sure right now. Don't feel like you need to, especially because who knows what this could be $45, $50. You got to put down, so it could be twice as much as your average figure. $10 or $15 more. That's a lot of money to put down on a pre-order on a figure. I mean, if you're certain or you're an Iron Man collector, then you should just do it. But if you're uncertain or this could be your first Iron Man, and there's the Mark V, if you're just interested in a Mark V, there's a Mark V reissue out there. It's only $360. You can get incredible. That's going to be in stock here probably in the next next month or so. That's already some people have gotten. So I think this is one that for the special edition piece, I think it's one you can pass on. I think the Obi-Wan thing is a more cooler thing that fits for the character than this necessarily. Now, since this is a 2.0, it is a newer version of an already released figure. That makes it a little bit different, I think, too, than say like the Vader. Which is, yes, there's been other Vaders, but this is a very specific single figure for that Vader, where this guy's been released already. Maybe it wasn't diecast or whatever before, but it's still really cool. I think the base is great. They've done everything they need to do for making it interesting, even if you own the old one.
And to constitute a 2.0, absolutely. They've done their homework and they've kind of righted their wrongs with the original release.
This one's going to be a pass for me, though.
Okay.
I personally am not really interested in it. I'm getting Mark V. I'm getting that reissue Mark V. Because that's my second favorite Iron Man suit, I think, other than Mark 7.
Yeah.
And so I can pass on this one, and the price point's going to probably be really high too.
Yeah. I totally get it. And especially if everybody bought into the Mark 85 and the Mark 50, some of you guys may have got the Mark 7. I can understand why some people would pass on this one. Obviously, if you're a newer Marvel collector, you're going to scoop this one up. If you're trying to complete an Iron Man line, as best you can, of course. There's so many Iron Man figures that you have to collect if you're trying to have a complete Iron Man line. But
and we never know what's around the corner.
If you don't care about the die cast, you just want the plastic on the secondary market. This is the time to collect Iron Man right now.
Mm-hmm. Even the Mark 7 plastic version is stupid cheap.
Yeah,
under $200.
Yeah, I will say budget friendly options. The plastic Iron Man figures are very nice. You do have to be careful with some of them because I know they have that issue where the red paint tends to fade to a pinkish color. So be careful when you're buying those that you make sure that it does not have that issue, and you get a lot of photos because that is a common issue with some of the older figures. With that being said, though, I think this is an amazing release. I'm glad to see everyone can at least agree with that. When you see a 2.0, you expect that they kind of do their homework, and it was great that Sean had pointed out, especially that those rockets were updated as well, because that's amazing attention to detail, in my opinion. OG is saying he missed out on the Mark 7. I will say, OG, if you're not going for the Mark 7 that includes that little hologram, you can get the Mark 7 still for a pretty close to retail price. I ended up finding the one with the hologram for just about retail. So you could definitely find the non-hologram version for retail. You just have to pay attention to those Facebook groups if you're on Facebook. But yeah, that is the Iron Man. And again, we'll touch on all these figures again when we scoot over to Sideshow and just take a look at the accessories and everything. But Iron Man is the one that has not been listed on Sideshow, so I wanted to kind of talk about this one a little more, especially because it's a very exciting release.
So yeah, I was going to go Mark 7 as well because of the Avengers. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, just so you like the bulkiness, but me, I kept looking at the slimness, and Kevin had the Mark 50, and I just remembered that in hand, and I was just like, and then Mark 85 was just at the store, so that's why I picked that up, and just ended up being the one for me.
I feel, yeah, it's definitely the Mark 50 and the Mark 85 are definitely more like streamlined, more like fancier designs. Again, like these earlier suits were early in Tony Stark's Iron Man career, I guess you could put it, where he was learning all the different technologies that he was going to put in his suits and how he wanted to build them and the different ways he wanted to change them. So you could definitely see that in the Mark 50 and the Mark 85. You could see the insane amount of improvements that he made over his time. All right, guys, here she is, Mighty Thor. If you saw Thor Love and Thunder, I'm sure the first thing you thought was, man, I got to get a hot toy of this, and I got to get a hot toy of that. And one of them that you were probably hoping for was this Mighty Thor, a.k.a. Jane Foster. I know I was. For those of you that are Star Wars fans, we have been begging for a Padme figure for a long time. I did kind of mention it earlier, but I do think this is a good sign for that Padme figure, seeing as that we will be getting a Natalie Portman head sculpt. But not only that, guys, this is amazing. She did a wonderful job in this film playing Jane Foster, a.k.a. Mighty Thor, in my opinion. It was really heartwarming, and I think she did a great job in this role. So I'm definitely very excited to see that they finally gave us the figure. A lot of people who, especially if you're a comic fan, people have been hoping for a Jane Foster figure for a long time. And I do think this outfit that they gave her is close enough to the comics to where everybody will kind of be satisfied with this one. I will say the prototype does look a little soft in the face, in my opinion. But again, the head sculpt definitely is still being worked on, and it seems like, based on what we've seen, the helmet comes off on and off the head sculpt. I didn't confirm that on Sideshow's page, so I'll double check that. But based on the photos and considering it comes with a battle damage helmet as an accessory, I would assume that the helmet comes on and off of the sculpt. So the head sculpt's not fully finished, so I'm not going to ding it for that. This one does have seamless arms, so unfortunately you'll have to get creative with the figure to where you don't possibly cause damage to those over time. I will say a pose like this, if you just kind of keep this arm down or keep it like straight out to where she's reaching out, you could achieve a pretty good look here. This is an amazing accessory. This is obviously Mjolnir, if you saw the film. Mjolnir, because he was cracked and repaired and reforged. Mjolnir was able to split and kind of basically like projectiles flying through the air. And it's so amazing that Hot Toys was able to capture this with an accessory. Yeah, kind of like a shotgun. So it's amazing that Hot Toys was able to capture this in this accessory. Like, I'm 100% displaying it like this. 100%. When I saw this, I was like, yep, that's how I'm displaying mine. Yes, Mojo, I believe towards the end of the film, when she was kind of on her last legs, I hate to put it that way, but when she took up the mantle of Mighty Thor again, even though she knew she was on death's door, I think towards the end there, that's when her helmet gets battle damaged. I don't know if you saw the film, but that's what happens towards the end. So I believe that is film accurate, as close as it can be, at least.
And if you have not seen the film,
definitely
that was a spoiler.
It was a spoiler, but
thank you, Colin.
Spoiler warnings.
Everyone has known that Jane Foster died for a long, long time.
Wait, what?
I'm not,
Dude,
what?
There we go.
What?
Bro, all right. These guys are jokers. We all knew it. Look, if you haven't seen the film by now,
I haven't seen the film yet.
You
I
know all about the comics.
Tell you.
Yeah, I know. Well, but she didn't die in the comics.
Well, sorry guys if you haven't seen the film, but regardless, here's a shot. Here's a shot of the battle damage helmet. So that's what makes me think that the helmet is swappable, because you could see here, this looks like the exact same head sculpt with the helmet pulled off. So that makes me think that the helmet is swappable, which I think is a cool play. I don't know if there's going to be a removable top piece on the hair. That's my assumption, is that the hair stays towards the bottom and you could remove the top. But I'm okay with that.
Just a question here. I just had to ask because Sean and our Collecting Madness friend just like pieced out here so fast after they heard that. My response, like, I haven't seen it yet. Am I like the angry fat guy of the group or something like that? Because that's what it seemed like how people responded there.
At this point, I can't protect from spoilers. It's been too long. This figure alone is a spoiler. The figure alone is a spoiler.
How is she? We saw her in the first teaser trailer.
No, I'm saying, but like the split Mjolnir, I don't think they show that at all in the trailer.
Yes, they did. She tried. Yeah, they showed the Mjolnir.
They showed her catching it. I don't remember them showing her. That might have been like a final release trailer. But regardless,
Yeah, her catching, but I don't remember it.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just.
I don't remember it splitting either.
No, I'm just gonna give you a really hard time right now because I hadn't seen it yet.
All right, sorry, Lane. Sorry that you're behind the times. You haven't seen the film.
I would have seen it, but then COVID went and said nope.
Oh, there he goes, blaming me. There he goes. Well, guess what?
No, anyway,
Lane, maybe I completely made that up. You have to see the film. I could have completely made that up. You have no idea.
No,
You have no idea.
The thing is, after seeing Tweedledee and Tweedledee Deeter just magically disappeared there, I know that wasn't a lie. All right,
look.
but anyway.
OG's on my side. He said, F spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, don't go on the internet. Yeah, Lane. Don't go on the internet.
We're not on the internet. We're on StreamYard.
Right. We're on
via internet
right now.
Via the internet. Via
OG
the
fan.
internet.
OG fan.
But sorry for that one, Lane. I assumed that you would have seen it already. Sorry for that one.
No. I'm just giving you a hard time.
That's okay.
You should be used to it by now, though.
Yeah, I should be. This whole stream. They got the peanut.
Stay away from the internet, though.
Yeah,
With Marvel,
stay away from the internet, especially when you hear what I have to say about this.
Oh no.
So guys, we're already seeing some comments regarding the head sculpt. Obviously, it's not done. There's a reason they blurred it out because it probably looks really bad under that blurred face there. I'm surprised we didn't see any photos of people removing the blur because some people are good like that.
She got Norman Osborn.
She did. She got Norman Osborn. She got Doc Ock. They did her dirty. You guys
Sean, want my opinion on this?
Let's hear your opinion on this figure.
Please, Sean,
all right. Go. So this is going to anger so many people, but I'm being logical here. We were expecting a Padme Amidala. All right. Okay. The face is blocked out, which means they're not even working on that. Because they could have used her face sculpt with this figure. And they didn't, which means we're not getting an Attack of the Clones Padme. That's what this is telling me right now. Because Hot Toys would have cut corners to do this, and that's it. But they didn't. And then they would improve the head sculpt later. And right now, with this blurred part, it's telling me that Attack of the Clones Padme is not around. So they're not working on her, or they're not doing her. Maybe we'll get pregnant Padme later. I don't know.
No,
I don't want that.
Thank you.
But here's my take on what you said. I think the reason I still have hope is because we haven't received the next wave of the Attack of the Clones figures. It could just be a matter of timing. They could be releasing this one first because they're trying to capitalize on the hype of the film that just came out. So I still think it's possible we could see her. If we don't see her in Attack of the Clones Wave 2, I'm gonna give up on it, honestly, because it's been too long already. And they also haven't re-shown a prototype. But I still think Attack of the Clones Wave 2, we could possibly see her. But after that, I kind of lose hope on that one. I'll still stick with Mace Windu because Mace Windu just still makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, that's my take on what you just said. I think it's still possible. And I think the main reason that we got this one first is because of the timing of the film. And also all of the other big Attack of the Clones releases that people were expecting, like the Walker, possibly Mace Windu, that Phase 1 Clone Commander, I believe. All those releases haven't shown up yet either. So and the Super Battle Droid, I think they're saving them all up for that second wave. So I'm hoping that maybe Mace Windu and Padme or one or the other show up in that wave. That's just my thoughts on it.
See you in 2025.
But I think they did a very good job on this. I love the color and the detail and the depth of the armor that they did.
Oh yeah,
the helmet looks good. So does the battle damage version on the head. I am curious with the sculpted hair, though, how that's going to be. Mjolnir looks fantastic with all the cracks and everything.
It's unfortunate it's blurred there. Let's see. Do we have another shot of it? It's blurred there, too. Oh, there we go. And there's the battle damage helmet as well. So, yeah, I agree, Sean. Incredible detail in Mjolnir. I have no complaints about that.
But with that being batteried.
Oh, yeah, it's lame. It's lame.
Yeah, it's not going to go to Australia.
Right, yeah. It definitely it seems like so far they're kind of picking and choosing with these USB powered items. It's unfortunate. Like if you didn't give it to Jane Foster, like come on, man.
Yeah,
Like that's like a big selling point for that figure is that. But again, Sean, what do you think of this accessory? Would you display yours with this? Because
it's an awesome pose. I mean, if I was going to get this, yes.
Right, and like I said, if you kind of stick that arm out forward, like you can make a superhero pose out of that without bending the arm, and it would look really great. I mean, I'm not worried about the legs at all because the legs probably aren't seamless. It's probably like kind of like Rey, where she has seamless arms that just cut off at the arms, and the rest of the body is not seamless.
Yeah, I think. I mean, the posability in the legs with the groin guard and everything is great. The wired cape.
Yeah, you can see it here. Yeah, it's posed really well.
I think it looks great. The body looks perfect, like proportion when it's next to Thor.
Yeah, let's
the only,
talk about that.
like the width of her and everything looks good, but she looks a little bit too tall.
Yeah, and I wonder if you could see her knee is definitely lower here. I wonder if it's how they have them posed. I think this is actually the battle damaged Thanos stand here. But they look awesome.
Yeah.
I hope they do improve those because Natalie Portman, I think, is like 5'2". She's very short. And I don't know how tall Chris Hemsworth is, but yeah.
I think he's like 6'3".
Yeah, so then well, here's the thing. I wonder if when she becomes Jane Foster, is she like taller too? That seems a little ridiculous, but I personally don't know it. Like
no, because she was the same height as Valkyrie.
I suppose so. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the proportions are a bit off.
And they could have used the body for Leia, other than the Fison parts.
Right. Then the arms. I feel like the arms and the neck. Maybe it's just like the torso, because I know that there's like a silicone neck typically. So that's the other thing on that Rey. The neck is silicone too, like the neck down. Like maybe the whole torso is silicone,
but she's a little bit too tall. Other than that, like the arms seem proportioned.
Oh yeah, the arms look great. I think the amount of muscle and everything in them looks really good. I'm definitely a fan of that. TK
if she wasn't next to Thor, you would think that she was great.
Yeah. Let's touch on some comments and we'll jump over to Chris and Lane. Insane says Padme over She-Thor, in my opinion. Where's she at? I'm sad. I know, man. I know. Like all of us here are hoping for that Padme, especially with all the Attack of the Clones stuff. Like I said, I'm expecting that if we do see her, it's going to be with this next Attack of the Clones wave. If we don't see her, then I'm kind of giving up for now. Not giving up on Mace, but I will give up on Padme for now, just because we haven't even seen a recent tease from Padme. All we have to look at from Padme is that coming soon page from a long, long time ago. So there's not much to go off of, unfortunately.
Maybe we'll get a Black Swan.
That would be cool. That'd be really cool. This could open up possibilities, and I've said that many times on previous streams. This could open up possibilities because we do have a Natalie Portman likeness approved finally. It could open up the possibility for that Padme or for a Black Swan. Who knows, you know? Sid said Natalie's beauty is too complex to capture. Yes, that is our excuse for the head sculpt not being perfect. Great point. Padme is iconic. Love and Thunder is not. Yeah, I mean, Jane Foster is iconic, but obviously Natalie Portman's Jane Foster, this is a new film. So I would agree. Padme has had more time to age and gain more fans for that portrayal. So I totally agree with you there. Sid says Chris is a foot taller than Natalie in real life. Yeah, so definitely the proportions seem a little off there. Definitely see what you mean by that, Sean. What do you think of this figure, Chris? Is this something you're interested in at all?
Nope.
Are you getting the Thor? I don't remember if you said you're getting the Thor or not.
I am getting the Thor. I don't have a Thor. That will be my Thor. Okay. I do have a Vision, just like I do Star Wars. I plan on picking up kind of the main Avengers and maybe branch out a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I definitely don't plan on picking her up. I'm not gonna lie though, I was pretty disappointed seeing this first before Padme. Like I wanted Padme before this. We've said it. We've seen her for years. We wanted her. Mm-hmm. This, I don't know about to everybody else, but it was a slap in the face to me that this came out before
I'll
that
slap him.
because,
How
because
dare
you
you.
literally after just one movie have this, but she was in a trilogy. She's an icon, and it's the mother
Right.
of Luke and Leia, like
Yeah.
a figure that's needed in my opinion, and he didn't do it. And she was also queen of Naboo and all of that. So
Yeah.
I
I agree, and like I said, I think it's right now it's a matter of timing. I think because Love and Thunder just came out, they kind of pushed this one to the front of the line. And again, when we see the Attack of the Clones Wave 2, we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, I think it was also probably easier to do because they had all that Thor from the past, like the armor and stuff. So it's probably there in their molds. And like you guys said, it's probably the head sculpt and the arms and stuff they had to do differently for her. Now it could be a different body, but as far as like the outfits go and accessories and stuff, it's not far off from your average store.
Yeah, totally agree. Lane, what do you think of this figure? Does this one excite you at all?
Not at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, so would you say when you actually do see the film, if you like how she portrayed the character, would you consider picking it up?
I expect I'm gonna like her in the movie and stuff.
But
I've
even
already
with
been-
that
Yeah,
being
I'm on
said,
that
you wouldn't
boat, and I
consider it.
still won't.
Yeah. I mean, I've been told that the jokiness is probably halfway through the movie. I might mentally check out by how much there is in it.
Yeah, it depends on the person. Yeah.
But I think the figure looks fine and everything. But for this one, it's really has to do with timing of when it's being announced as part of Summer Showcase, because, and not all, like, you heard me, the Iron Man, but I think the Iron Man Mark III 2.0 is a million times more interesting than this.
That's fair.
And I mean, it looks like a basic Marvel figure to me. It's going to look really good. It's going to have good detail. I expect it to be, a minimum, my expectation for a site for a Hot Toys figure should be is a 7.5 out of 10. Like, that should be the worst their figure should be for how much they charge.
For the price, yeah.
But she's also $305. And I don't see anything that tells me $305 with her. I do think that the special edition from like the ones we've looked at already, I think her special edition may be the best one for encouraging you if you might pick it up, since it's a separate helmet to go onto the figure's head itself. So it's something that's very, is pliable and actual, like, a central, has a central use
and
kind
actually usable, yeah.
Whereas I think the crushed helmet with the Mark III is cool looking, but you could never take that out of the box and never have any idea. Right. But what's nice about it is that it's still something that if you don't have it, it's not something that's central, like, oh my God, I didn't get that, because she still got the helmet on her head of her main one, but it's a nice alternative you can stick on her, and I think that there's nothing wrong I don't think anything's wrong with the figure. I think it looks like, from what I've seen of the costume, they nailed it down. They got her arms about as buff as they looked in the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think the arms look really good. Yeah.
And I'm sure the cape will be, whatever issues the capes have, might be slightly wired to the outside.
Pleasantly wired, it looks like, from this photo for both of them.
Well, as long as it's better than Moff Gideon, it'll be good. Then
You
it'll
and
be
that
fine.
Moff Gideon, man. Yeah,
that Moff Gideon.
I agree.
That's the one drawback to that figure.
Yeah.
But like, to put it in comparison, when I look at her with a cape and I compare it to Moff Gideon, who each come with a weapon and has extra accessories and pretty interesting looking costumes, I think the Gideon's a cooler looking figure than her.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and for me, I'm very interested to see what we see as far as movement on this pre-order on Sideshow, and I think more so after those initial 18 days when everybody's panic pre-ordering for the special edition accessory. I want to see how it does. I'm very curious.
Like, if you were like we were talking about in the scenario where maybe you can only afford, if you want to get one of the special, for whatever reason you want to get the special edition, whether you love it or not, you just want to make sure I have that version of it. If you had to decide, I'm not going to use the Vader because that's not fair. But let's say because I would consider them a little bit more comparable. If you had to decide, like Jane Foster was your favorite character in Thor: Love and Thunder, and that's your favorite Thor movie,
right?
So this is one you absolutely have to get. Like, it's got to be in your collection in some way. Or you really like Natalie Portman. She's been one of your favorite actors for years. This might be your only interpretation of her that you're going to get. You may not get the Padme. It's been there for years, but you want an interpretation of her. If you had to say you're on the countdown meter, you can only get one of them. If you have to get the Obi-Wan Kenobi, or you have to get her because you want maybe Kenobi, that's not your favorite Kenobi from the show,
right?
But you liked it. It's a DX, and you want that to be able to go with your Vader. With you love the bonus material it comes with, because I would say these two have the two best ones of what we've seen. What would you choose
between this and Vader?
No, between this and Obi-Wan.
Oh. I mean, obviously, because I'm a Star Wars collector at heart, so of course I would always choose Obi-Wan over Mighty Thor. With that being said, though, I'm really interested in this figure. But yeah, I would pick Obi-Wan any day. I mean, you could see behind me, I'm in my Star Wars, I'm in my Star Wars collection room. So it really depends on the person. But for me, yeah, Obi-Wan would be my first.
So it's more the timing for this figure I think is bad, because I think of just these, let's just excluding the first wave of stuff, just this wave of stuff. And I'm including Vader as part of this, even though he was, the day before or whatever, a couple days ago. You've got this Darth Vader. You've got the Mark III 2.0. You've got the Robocop, which we're going to get to, which was the what? That was the what figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Face turn what?
The good what for me. Good what.
Yeah, but I mean, just the huh? And then I think she's just the 5 out of 5. So I think the timing for this figure, I understand why she's part of it, because she's part of the big Marvel movie Love and Thunder right now, which is probably why they had the timing and stuff for it.
Exactly.
This is one of the summer showcase, because marketing wise, in theory, but obviously Love and Thunder's kind of tanking a little bit or underperforming or whatever people are saying about it. that doesn't affect the figure, but I think she's just going to get buried in especially now. Longer term, maybe she'll be better. Long term, the sales for her, but I think in the short term, for pre-ordering the special editions, I think she's going to get buried. Probably.
I do expect to see somewhat of a spike for her still, though. But yeah, I agree. I think out of all the other special editions, she is going to get buried. Even, I hate to say it, but even maybe behind Robocop, because Robocop's a figure that doesn't get released very often, and that carries.
And his special edition is
badass. It's great.
His special edition piece, I think, is actually the neatest special edition. If you're going to go in on something, and like I said,
let's get into it. Why
let's go get them.
Let's go right to Robocop while we're talking about it.
Yeah, they took,
the last one's got to be Tobey.
The last one is Tobey. Yeah, absolutely.
Padme everywhere. She was shown at Celebration too.
Yeah. So the Collector, good to see you. By the way, the Collector, how you doing? The Collector says pass. Padme only. Kevin says he's disappointed. He thought it was a likeness issue with her and the rights to her face, but now they have an unmasked figure for this. So where is Padme? Again, I do understand everybody's points completely, but I do think there is still hope for that Attack of the Clones Wave 2. And again, the timing makes sense for them to, this film is hot right now. It's still hot, even though it's fizzling out a little bit. It's still hot. They're going to want to release that, especially when the licensor wants you to make figures for films. They're going to want it as soon as possible to push up those sales and to capitalize on that hype. So I wouldn't be too discouraged yet. I still think you have a chance. Let's just wait and see what we get for Attack of the Clones Wave 2. But guys, we got Robocop. This is not Robocop 1 or 2, which are my favorite Robocop films. But this is still extremely exciting because we haven't gotten a Robocop film in a long, long time. And a lot of these Robocop figures, if you guys aren't familiar, they are kind of they have all reached Grail status at this point. We have the Robocop Battle Damage 2-pack. You have the Battle Damage Robocop as a single release. You have the die-cast Robocop as a single release. You have the die-cast 2-pack with a mechanical chair. And there's also an Ed 209. There's a bunch of older Robocop figures that most people don't collect because they're old technology from Hot Toys. But those are some of the bigger grails that people pick up for Robocop. Being that I'm not a huge Robocop 3 fan, I still have a huge appreciation and love for the character. And I do actually really like the jetpack look. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. This is super exciting, man. When I went to sleep last night and I was expecting to wake up to some figures, I did not expect to wake up to a Robocop. It's funny because we did kind of talk about it last night. Chris, did you want to make a comment?
Yeah, I just want to say if you want to let me go first, because mine's going to be super short.
Sure, go for it.
Disclaimer. I've seen bits and pieces of RoboCop, but never actually watched it. So probably need to be getting on that because it's an older movie. I've heard good things about it. But yeah, I'm more into Terminator and all those other ones.
Then you realize you literally realize there is RoboCop versus the Terminator.
Right. So, Mr. Big Terminator fan over here.
So have you read RoboCop versus the Terminator? Which is
and NECA made figures too. I don't know if you know this thing, but NECA made figures.
You can find
and then the game,
there
was a game as well.
It's an amazing game. Frank Miller wrote it originally.
So I don't understand. I think it's kind of cool,
Chris.
Chris,
you're gonna come over one time and we're gonna watch RoboCop together. You owe me that.
I probably still won't buy the figure though.
But you still owe me that. You have to see RoboCop.
All right.
Insane. I totally agree, man. That's like for RoboCop 3. That's again, it already put it down on a tier because Peter Weller didn't reprise the role in RoboCop 3.
Yeah, but that's his face. That's his chin.
Exactly.
Like that is
right. They reuse the Peter Weller chin pieces, so it's still Peter Weller in some ways. And I think if you remove the jetpack and such, if you're not a fan of that, you kind of got a Peter Weller RoboCop still. I know there's some minor differences, but I will say, guys, the RoboCop 3, that like bluish purple look that we have in RoboCop 3 and a little bit in RoboCop 2, I love that look. I really, really love it. I think it looks amazing. And it's nice that you can remove the jetpack and it's not a fixed piece. I would have been very upset if it was a fixed piece because I know a lot of people are going to want to display it how they want to display it. So I'm glad they didn't do that.
Don't you have a RoboCop?
I do. I actually own the RoboCop 2-pack with Alex Murphy and the battle damaged RoboCop. So I'm very happy that I own that one. It's very special to me. And I actually mentioned that when we were talking about our favorite recent pickups of this year. That was up there for me. That's a very special release for me. I'm super glad that I have it.
If they did Kane RoboCop 2, that figure would be so massive. Like
it would be amazing.
That's like Ed 209 almost.
It's all foreign talk to me.
So Kane is like basically Chris. Kane is like this dude, this criminal that gets like his brain gets put into this robot, and he becomes this like awesome villain and RoboCop 2. Kind of in a way, yeah, but in RoboCop 2, he's an awesome villain.
He's very much a drug dealer with a messiah complex.
Exactly, yep.
Also, that RoboCop 2 has the most swearing, 12-year-old kid in the history of movies.
I love it.
Yeah, if you guys talk spoilers, I don't care. It's been this long. It's my fault if I haven't.
Look at that bluing on the armor, though, guys. This looks amazing. And by the way, I'm sorry if we didn't mention it again. For those that just got in here, this is fully die cast, so that's a huge, huge plus.
Yeah. The bad part, the funny part is this looks actually better than that scene from the movie when he comes crashing through the light.
Oh yeah, the horrible CGI. Yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't even CGI when they
practical effects.
Yeah, because if you go back and look, like when he comes crashing through the window pane there, you can literally see the cables hanging off of the jetpack part.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I think you're right. I watched like a slowed down version of it. But again, guys, if you pull this jetpack off, he looks amazing, and you could just have a normal RoboCop and kind of pretend that this is like your definitive RoboCop 1, RoboCop 2, RoboCop. Who's going to tell you otherwise, you know? But I do love the jetpack look, and being that I already have the RoboCop 2-pack, this is just going to go really nicely with them, and he's going to get the jetpack. It's funny because they do sell a replacement arm. It's like a third-party replacement arm for the current RoboCop figures that gave him that machine gun arm that he has with this jetpack. So it's funny to see that that's included with this figure now because that kind of kills that accessory, unfortunately.
Hey, Lane, are the wires in the film, are they as bad as like if you've ever seen the Labyrinth where they're dancing, the little puppet, the orange puppets or whatever?
I mean, see, this is the thing. We talked about it. I was on Geeking Out the first time. I decided to, before I came on tonight, I was going to be on there for like maybe 30, 40 minutes to see how my voice held up. But like this movie is so bad.
It's really bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it's
Why are you trying to get me to watch it then?
No, I said you have to watch RoboCop 1 and 2.
RoboCop 1.
Oh, okay.
You need to at least RoboCop 1 is one of the greatest satire movies like ever made.
Oh, for sure.
It is.
Sure.
That's an all-time great movie. Now, RoboCop 2 is a more late 80s, early 90s action movie.
Your move, creep. I love RoboCop 2. Man. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
I just
Classic.
like Frank. I just like Frank Miller has a cameo in that movie because he plays little geeky Frank Miller before he became like old broken down man that he looks like he can barely walk now. When he is like supposed to be like the chemist guy who makes the drug. Right. So we only see him in 2 scenes when he's being told like remix it and then he blows himself up with a grenade or he gets blown up.
I hope they improve this mechanism on the leg. It's still amazing engineering from Hot Toys, but I will say on my battle damage one, it kind of gets stuck a little bit. So I'm hoping that they improve the mechanism for the opening leg or the thigh portion, I should say. Let me touch on this comment real quick, and we'll jump into Sean because I know Sean's probably excited for this one like I am. Insane made a good point here. He said a lot of bad or poor movies produce awesome figures. I mean, perfect example, Matrix 4, terrible movie. Awesome figure. And that figure is actually doing fairly well. It might drop now that it's competing with a bunch of more heavy hitters, but it is doing very well, has been doing very well since it dropped. So
that one has a great price point. You know, whatever
it does, $250. Good point.
I mean, we might say it feels like it doesn't come with a ton, but for modern day price points and stuff, that figure, it's easy enough. It's Keanu Reeves. It's a Neo. It's got some effects that make sense of the universe, and it's got I expect it'll have a good head sculpt for it by the time it's done. So it's $250 Neo from the Matrix. You got to spend $400 or $500 on the first one,
right.
Which has a lot more accessories, mind you, but
right. But it's a retail Neo.
Yeah, it can help sell that figure.
Totally
Price point
agree.
matters sometimes. Price point matters. When you look at them,
100%, dude. I just want to say, like, I know I keep saying it, but this paint job is beautiful. This is going to be one of those figures. As the lighting shifts, you'll see the shift from that bluish color to the purple, and you can kind of see it here in this photo. It's absolutely beautiful. But Sean, let's get your thoughts on this RoboCop 3 figure. What do you think of this figure?
I think it looks good. I like the exclusive piece, the jetpack, the switch out arm piece. I like how. I've never owned the previous RoboCops from Hot Toys, but I think they're pretty cool. The opening piece for the leg looks awesome.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best features in my opinion. That's classic RoboCop right there.
And this is like another one where I'm kind of surprised that they didn't try to go with the deluxe version with the jetpack and then a standard version.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But they didn't do that to us. So I was going through price checking to where if they're going to do like the same percentage that they did with the Mighty Thor, and then what we're typically used to with the 30%, this should cost anywhere. This is my prediction between $371 and $401.
Okay.
So that's my prediction. Now, if that's right between that time frame, and this is as much die cast as what people are saying it is,
it's a lot of die casts.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I've heard that this one has more die cast than even most of the Iron Man figures do. I wanted to pull this photo up because I kind of wanted to get your thoughts. I mean, that's pretty incredible detail, in my opinion, on this jetpack here. You can kind of see the fuel lines running. All these different little pistons and such. I mean,
but where's our Otomo Ninja robot?
Hot Toys said no. Hot Toys said no.
Yeah, we need that guy with the alternate like springy headlet that he had in the worst final battle. Like one of the worst final battles in the history of movies.
Sean, do you have this figure? I missed it if you already said you did. Do you have?
No, I don't have any of the RoboCops.
So I'll tell you this, Sean, being that you don't own the figure, very Iron Man-like in how the joints and everything work, very similar to Iron Man. And being that my battle damage Robocop is plastic, it's very impressive. Like I know a lot of people have the Ultron, for example, and they say he feels really cheap, and I've seen a lot of people say that. The plastic Robocop does not feel cheap at all. I think it's very well done, and I'm very excited to get one in die-cast, because if the plastic one doesn't feel cheap, I feel like the die-cast one's just like a home run.
So were both of the other ones not die-cast at all?
So hold on, let me comment on this real quick. Thank you so much, Insane. I don't know if that means you're heading out, but if you are, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. But yeah, we have a great panel here, a great group of guys, and that's why they're here every single week, dedicating their time, because we together are Hot Toys Hotline Live. So, Sean, to answer your question, as far as the more modern release Robocops, the battle damage one was plastic, but the other two were die cast. So the battle damage one came in the 2-pack, and then it was a single release battle damage, and that one's plastic. But it did come with a die cast pistol. There was a standard version and then a die cast pistol that came with it. It came with both. At least the 2-pack did. So I imagine the single release did as well. But the other one, the die cast and the die cast with the chair, that one was fully die cast. So there are older Robocop figures that were plastic, but those are like not even worth talking about. That's like when Hot Toys used to give you a Build-A-Figure in the box, and it had that metallic like holographic packaging. That's like old Hot Toy stuff.
And my first Wolf Predator was Build a Bear.
Yeah, it's crazy how much Hot Toys has changed their company.
Well, it's because what happened was at the beginning, they had to be, their license was for model kits.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For 1/6 model kits, and that's because there was competition with something else.
Right.
And they just played that game until they could escalate to where they really wanted to go.
Get your COVID under control, Lane. I'm just playing.
Poor Lane.
At least
he's
how
getting
can
better.
we say that? If Dirty Dishes can't get their COVID under control, we should let Lane do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, we'll hold it down for Lane. But guys, like, I want to show you guys this. This is incredible. Look at that detail with like the different separate colored wiring running through this is a figure that obviously took a lot of R&D and sculpting work to create. And like we got the little decals here with this small font and everything. Like, this is just super impressive, and it's just like just shows how much attention to detail Hot Toys has lately with these releases. Chris, I kind of have an idea of what you're going to say, but real quick, Sean, like, do you think this is one that you'll end up picking up since you don't have a Robocop figure, and it seems like you're a fan of the films like I am?
I'm a fan of 1 and 2. Number 3 was okay, but not their best work. I think the best actor in 3 was the one who played the Death Sergeant.
Oh, yeah. He was pretty good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially when he took his badge off.
Right.
The music with that was like the best timing, and I think that was the best time with that. And when they go over and support the citizens, like the mixture between acting and music, I think those 2 points that both involve this one actor were the great parts of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. My favorite moment was when that dude Fleck, who was that in the old name for the Bob Morton Security Concepts, like he's the vice president of Security Concepts, and he's just all like pointing and showing his gun. He'd be like, some guy had just like jumped to his death because OCP started to fall apart and everything.
Right.
And he was like, I'd rather just shoot myself rather than go like that. And then he walks into the room and then gets fired, and then we walk out the room looking at his gun. And the next minute was when he took himself out.
Right. Sorry, everybody just got to give their best impression of this mouthpiece here, because that's definitely the best one.
That is
Lane. Lane, you got to do it. I will say you got to do the look at the mouth. Look at this mouth here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I like that it comes with 4 mouthpieces.
Is that supposed to be the Bale Batman face?
Oh yeah, from the meme. Yeah.
Well, no, because that looks like one of the old the faces.
It does. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, except a little bit more scrunchy. That's the like looking at the ladies. Like,
I actually
don't
do.
know.
Right, I actually do like the gritting teeth sculpt. I typically don't mess with those, but it actually looks pretty good here.
But
I'm not...
all of these are
Peter Weller's likeness. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the thing when I'm looking at. I'm just like they're all Peter Weller, man.
So see, they're really getting into the battle damage stuff. Like they've been doing it.
But see, this is like I believe it was Lane that mentioned this earlier. Like this is how you do a extra special edition bonus. Like this is what we want to see. Because that changes the look completely of the figure. And again, I own that battle damage version, and the battle damage is incredible. This might be, I have to double check, but this might be similar, if not the exact same battle damage that they did on the first one, the battle damage Robocop. Not positive, so don't quote me on that, but it looks very similar, if anything.
But see, with all this detail, the jetpack, everything you get, they have all this stuff that they do, and then they just skip out on the base, and they did that with it looked like Jane Foster as well, like that.
That
I will say,
like that does look after like he got all shut up,
right?
Though in the action scene, not like when he got sliced or anything by Otomo.
So I will say this though, big question mark here as far as decision making process for this figure. What the hell? Who made this decision? You have a figure that has a jetpack and you didn't give him a flight stand. The one time I would want a flight grabber for a figure, and you give him a normal display stand.
It might be too much weight for the flight stand.
Possibly. I wonder if they would have done like the diamond. Exact. I was about to say, if they gave him the diamond base, it definitely could have been able to hold it up. I mean, you could put Neo on that diamond base and throw him in like some insane poses and just have him dipping completely back and it holds. So I feel like they could have done it, and especially because we get flight stands for diecast Iron Man all the time. So
you got a flight stand for Yoda.
Yeah, but
yeah, true.
You mentioned that this has more diecast than anything. What if the jetpack is diecast too?
Bro, don't you dare get me excited for that. Don't you dare, Sean.
I'm just saying, if it is, it would be too much back weight for that dynamic stand. It wouldn't be able to balance.
It doesn't look like diecast, bro. If it was, I'd be over the moon. It doesn't look like diecast. I feel like, actually, I think, let's see.
I'd be one heavy guy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I can't see any, like, obvious signs that it's not diecast, but I feel like it's probably plastic. Let's see.
Never know until you
Willie
know.
says Mark 47 got a flight effect and no flight stand. Yeah, I mean, Hot Toys makes a lot of weird decisions, especially with stands. I mean, look, perfect example, and I'm never going to forget this. IG-11 with his square robot feet came with a human footprint sand base. Mm-hmm. So nothing surprises me anymore in the base department. This is just a really weird decision.
Well, technically, if you really think about it.
Well, that's like
just
the
IG unit.
Boba Fett did that too. Didn't the Arena Fett do that?
No, Arena Fett has a new stand.
Yeah, but he's got no flight. He's got the jetpack, but no.
Yeah, he doesn't have He doesn't have a flight pole, I don't think. But they gave him. They didn't give him the flame effect. So I guess that's their way of saying, yeah, your Arena Fett's not flying. Deal with what you got.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I am too. Because I think he displays really well, especially all the photos and videos we've seen of him from Hong Kong and people that have got him in the U.S. I agree. But Chris and Lane, I guess we can kind of answer this one by one. Is this something that you guys are interested at all in picking up? I know, Chris, you haven't seen the film, so that's probably a big no for you, but you never know.
No.
We could. You got to do the Robocop. No. Lane, does this one tickle your fancy at all?
I think it looks amazing. I love all the accessories with it and everything. I just know with timing for it, it's also would be if I could get my hands on the Ed 209, the original Ed 209 Hot Toy, not screwed up and not broken down like most of them are going to be.
Yeah, with days. Like the top piece coming apart.
Yeah, then maybe it's because it's about timing right now. Really, realistically, I mentioned this morning, there are just so many figures coming and so many backed up and everything. Like, it's hard, even if like let's say it's $400, like or a little bit around there. It's hard for me to justify for a one-off like him you go spend
agree.
$390 when I might want to get the Obi-Wan collection, Obi-Wan Vader and the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Or like I'm looking, I think I'm going to try and collect the entire Bad Batch. So I've already got
It's
2 of the
not
figures pre-ordered and paid off. That's the problem they're just so many figures coming out from Hot Toys is that there's sublines within crap of just it's not even you can say, well, I'm just, Chris could be just buying mostly Marvel stuff. And maybe he might look at this because, well, I'm under control and because I'm only buying one thing. Maybe he's a one-off, like I could kind of maybe fit or buy. I could afford to do because I'm not getting overwhelmed because I'm buying one thing. You can't do that. There's too many Disney properties coming out that you might only like, if Chris was collecting Marvel, he might like only one movie, like Thor, Love and Thunder, he loved, and that was the only movie he loved this year, but now he's already got 2 figures he's going to buy, but he might have liked 2 of the Disney Plus series that came out this year, so he's going to buy figures from those. There's 5 or 6 figures already right
there. It adds up very fast, especially with all the content coming out.
Pretty much what he was saying. If it's not the Gargoyles or Sideshow Grievous, he doesn't want it.
Yeah, basically. That's what I got from that. And the same one makes a good point, kind of going off of what Lane was saying with timing. The timing does seem weird. I hope you're right. I hope there's a reason that they're desperately trying to keep the license. As you know, it is the anniversary this year for Robocop, so hopefully we get to see more Robocop stuff.
Ed 209, one that isn't crappy and falling apart.
Yeah, Hot Toys. If you
somebody
possibly
get this
stumbled
man
upon
an Ed 209.
And get this man an Ed 209. Me and Lane are in the Ed 209 club. Hot Toys. If you
because as much as like RoboCop, I think from the original Ed 209 is actually my favorite thing from that because it's a big ass.
Well, those are some of the best. Those are some of the best scenes from RoboCop because you got to see RoboCop kind of get his ass kicked a little bit,
and just how dangerous stairs can be.
Did you see Jay's Grails? Good Morning Grails for Ed 209.
I did not. Yeah, I planned on watching it, but yeah, he did. He did do the Ed 209, so I was very jealous. I actually commented. I was like, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm very jealous.
But I just like with the hands though that they even bought to include like his plug-in.
The data spike, yeah.
Yeah, which had maybe the best. He had the best
the kill
data spiking ever.
Yeah, the battle damage one comes with a bloody one because obviously he used it on the dude in the first one.
Clarence Boddicker.
Yeah. Yes.
If you want to see a great villain, you got to watch that for Clarence Boddicker.
Oh yeah. Dick Jones. Oh yeah. Oh,
I'm
Dick
not
Jones.
arresting you anymore, Clarence.
Yeah, the best thing with Dick Jones is when he's falling out the window. The horrible effects when he's falling out the window.
Effects are where his arms are like twice the length of his body.
Right.
Or you know what's one of the best. You know what's one of the best moments in that thing, and it's I assume it was intentionally, but just the way they did it is in the first RoboCop when Dick Jones confronts Bob Morton in the bathroom. After he like had that whatever weird scene was where he like grabbed him by the hair and stuff. Or it's supposed to be right before it's before that where they say, you better watch out. Dick Jones going to get you. You know, it's not going to take this personally. And they start where they focus on him looking mad. And you start hearing like kind of a red alert siren going in the background. And I was like, was that intentional? Or was that because they were cutting to an alert thing? But.
Right. Interesting point from TK here. He says Obi-Wan has sold so much that he's not even showing on the bestsellers list on Sideshow. It's probably because that Vader, man. He was already kind of selling pretty good. I was watching the top sellers. He was up there. But, of course, the Vader propelled those sales. And now everybody's getting scared into buying it if they want those that special edition piece. And for him, I think... Yeah, true. And then I think the special edition piece that comes with Obi-Wan is pretty awesome. Let's be real. That's
I think it's second best behind this one.
Yeah, I would agree. Started those timers, though, too, because he didn't have it until...
Yeah, he only has 3 days now.
Yeah, so we're gonna
3 days to open.
We're gonna when we jump on Sideshow, we'll go through every single figure, guys, and show you what the timers are at, so you can kind of plan ahead. But yeah, they threw those timers on the figures that were already up for pre-order.
Doesn't matter, already got them.
Oh my God, dab on them. Already got my Kenobi, my Vader. And same was said. I'm sorry, but I concur. Ed, don't be sorry. That's a great idea. He concurs that Ed 209 is one of the top 3 figures. Go get it. Yeah. Hopefully we get a reissue. Yeah, very expensive.
He's super expensive.
All right, guys, but time to move on to the grand finale as far as the releases. And then again, we will jump on Sideshow and show you guys all the different timers and such that have been applied to these figures, so you can kind of plan ahead and get what you want before the time runs out.
Now we've seen the rest.
Friendly
neighborhood Spider-Man.
Woo!
Friendly neighborhood
Spider-Man.
I'm gonna
Spider-Man.
throw some dirt in your
Spider-Man.
eye. We finally got him, guys.
I'm gonna
We
throw some
finally
dirt in
got
your
him. We finally got him. We
I don't
got
think
Bully
Sean's seen this
Maguire
yet.
himself.
This one I want to go first.
Is that a
after you.
spoiler, Sean? Sorry.
Yeah.
We finally
Yeah.
got him. Unfortunately,
What is this
apparently-
from? What is this
Go
from?
web go.
Batman. Look it up.
Batman? Like Neon Tech Batman?
Batman.
Oh,
but
man,
guys,
that must be Clayface. That's Clayface. Right? Camouflage Batman's fighting Clayface. Got it.
right. So guys, this is kind of
Wait.
two
Is
figures in one.
Clayface grabbing Batman inappropriately? I mean, I know they're fighting.
Sean, stop. You already had your moment earlier on stream. You're done. That's it. That's all you get for today. That's all you get for today.
But
You're
I'm
done.
Clayface grabbing Batman.
But with all jokes aside, guys, this is actually a really, really incredible release. Again, we kind of talked about this on the last stream. I was reading between the lines, and we talked about it backstage in the last stream. I'm like, dude, they mentioned Sandman. I hope they slipped up or something, or I hope that was a teaser. And thankfully, it either was a teaser or a slip up. We did end up getting the Sandman base to go with the Lizard base. If you guys end up grabbing that one with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. But this one is really, really cool, guys. If you had that original Sandman base, or if you've at least seen it, this is a massive, massive improvement over that one. That one to me looks like a middle schooler's art project gone wrong. I'm sorry, it doesn't look good in my opinion. It hasn't aged well, and I don't think it ever looked good. Let's be real.
So that Sandman with that pose, I always looked at and called it. I almost got away with it, except for that Spider-Man
there's
and
metal-
his
yeah, metal-
meddling kids. But he's
That's
like,
a odd-looking
"Arr!"
cool boy.
He's Farmer Flint, actually.
Right. Oh man, Black
That's
Tom
hilarious.
Cruise, what's up, man? It's good to see you in here. He said it's Tobey from Tropic Thunder. Yeah, the perfect casting, right?
I saw him in Top Gun.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like Tobey's just everywhere, man. That's why everybody loves Tobey. He shows up in everything somehow. But guys, my initial thoughts on this head sculpt are very good. I'm a big fan of this head sculpt. I didn't know Tobey Maguire had such a long forehead, but then I looked up the photos and it seemed pretty accurate. Maybe it's just the haircut that he had in this movie. Does it look a tiny bit soft? Yes, but it's just a prototype. I think for a prototype, it looks amazing.
I've heard people think he looks a little young in comparison to how he
Right,
did in
and
the
that's
film.
kind of why I use the
Which I
term
don't care.
soft. Not
it's-
soft in terms of the paint job being bad, but I think he looks
I
slightly
don't care.
young. But I don't care either. No, me either. Like that's not a deal breaker at all for me. This is an incredible
Still better
head
than
sculpt.
the older one. So
Oh, night and day. The old one's not even Tobey Maguire. I don't know who that is, but yeah, I think this sculpt looks amazing. I'm a big fan. It's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, my favorite Spider-Man, a lot of our favorite Spider-Man.
the other
Spider-Man
one was
on this
Bully
panel.
Maguire. That's why you didn't recognize him.
Yeah, that's true.
I had a couple people saying, well,
He looks
hey,
like
all
an
you
H
do-
youth.
Yeah.
Doc.
Jesus, Doc.
Where's
All you gotta
Wong?
do, Doc, where the hell did that come from? Jeez.
I've been waiting all
awesome.
stream to throw it out.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I also heard just add some mascara and darken that hair up, and you can do a Bully Maguire figure. Stick that on a third party.
Don't give
Bully
people any
Maguire.
ideas. Oh man, Doc, hey, that's an absolute honor. You're saying I look like Tobey Maguire. I will take that. You know what's funny? When I put up one of my earliest videos,
You must be
my
watching
Hotline
the
Halls
video.
videos, I had people tell me that I look like Chris Pratt. I'm like, I don't know who you're looking at. I don't look like Chris Pratt. They're like, I don't know. Come on.
I don't
But
know.
I will
what
take.
streams these
I'll take
people are
Tobey
watching.
Maguire. I'll take Tobey Maguire.
I would take more Rocket Raccoon versus Chris Pratt.
Hey, I'll take Chris Pratt. A lot of women think he looks great. I'll take it.
No, I'm just saying you resemble more like Rocket Raccoon to me
okay.
than Chris
So
Pratt.
that- so
It
when
wasn't
Wayne-
a compliment, dude.
Remember
Yeah,
when I
that's
tried
right.
to Remember when I try to like go easy on Lane sometimes, and I kind of feel bad for him. Today is not that day, Lane. Keep your mouth shut.
Hey, he's sick. Why are you talking to the sick? Like,
He's not sick
pick
anymore.
on a sick person.
Hot Toys brought him out of the gutter. He's up. He's walking. He's feeling good. He was on a stream this morning. He was on a stream tonight.
and they call me the Hot Toys Nightmare.
Yeah.
Jeez,
No,
man,
you are absolutely the Hot Toys Nightmare because you and Mace Windu, you're disrespecting Mace Windu. You're the Hot Toys Nightmare.
2025.
Spidey's all day. Yeah, absolutely Spidey's all day. We have so many Spideys coming. I love it.
I just love they call him friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Me too. That's definitely a bit of fan service there for sure. Apparently, Doc's making a Hot Toys Hotline figure. I don't believe you. I have to see it. Hey, if you make a Hot Toys Hotline figure, I'm gonna have to make a Doc Smizzle figure.
And Doc,
He meant your logo, not you.
Doc, we are really looking forward to when we see you posting a review on your Morbius figure, because you know you're gonna be Morbius.
Oh yeah, Doc is getting Morbius, guys. He saw that I was getting it, and he got really excited because of that. So now he's grabbing it, and he knows that Sean's getting it too. So he's like, multiple of my friends are getting it. I have to pick it up myself because obviously I'm wrong about it.
I feel like I have to get it to support Doc.
Right, because he's such a huge fan of it. Like, what type of friend would we be if we didn't purchase the figure alongside?
That price point, $260. That just wonderful.
I won't get it when
Jared
it's in the
Leto's
discount bin.
Lane's a Force Ghost. Get out of here, Lane. You're over here calling me Rocket Raccoon. You're a Force Ghost, pal.
But
I
anyway,
did not hear him when he's coughing.
So since we've kind of touched on the special edition accessories a lot tonight, thanks to Lane. He did a good job at pointing out like what's valuable to him and what's not, and what's valuable to a lot of us.
Doc Ock tentacles.
I think this one's pretty cool. Have we seen it a couple times now? Yeah, I mean we're getting the base from the Spider-Man figure that comes with from the Tom Holland Spider-Man figure that comes with this. So yeah, they're kind of using it a lot. We have the integrated suit deluxe base, but with that being said, if you're not getting the integrated suit deluxe, I could see like this being an exciting accessory for you, especially if it's not changing the cost. Like I'll take it.
You know the
Damn, thumbs up, thumbs down button like looks mighty appealing. Don't do it, man, please.
you know it's
Small
funny though.
channel, please.
Doc's hair and Jared Leto's might be the same length.
Shit. Doc, are you Morbius? Is that why you hate him so much? You might be Morbius, Doc. I don't know.
That's why he's wearing the
Let's
glasses.
be honest.
He's like
that's the
Superman.
figure of the year.
Yeah, exactly. When he takes it off and
that-
he goes into the dark, he becomes
Yeah.
Morbius.
That or he got bitten by the Matt Smith's vampire guy, so he's mad.
This is all Doc has to say about that.
That's who we really came on this stream for, saving him for last.
Right,
Morbius.
exactly.
All-
Excuse me. This suit looks amazing, and it's definitely a huge improvement over the original oddly proportioned kind of fading suit that we had with the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I definitely think it looks like a modern interpretation of Tobey. Definitely very accurate to the film from what I can see in comparison photos that I was looking at when this first dropped. I think you guys can kind of tell by now this is a home run for all of us. No Way Home was such a special film to me and to a lot of people. It's so special to me that this is why I started collecting Marvel Hot Toys. I fell in love with this movie so much. It had such a nostalgia trip seeing Alfred Molina and Tobey Maguire and all these giant actors that are definitely a part of my childhood and young adulthood. So
He's preaching right now.
yeah, this movie was very, very special to me and special to a lot of people. It had a lot of great moments. And that's why when Doctor Strange came out, as much as I love Doctor Strange, it's like it couldn't top it because Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was in a movie that just came out and we all got to see it in theaters. And it's like, that's more special to me than anything, you know? So the fact that not only we got to see him on screen again, but we get to get a figure of him that's accurate as it can be, and the likeness is spot on. I couldn't ask for more. Out of all the No Way Home releases, this was the one for me. 100%. I don't care what they came up with. I love all the releases that we've got so far, but this is such a special release to me, and I know it's special to a lot of people. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy was was a fun time. And I love to go back and rewatch it every once in a while because all the little jokes are just even funnier to me now. It's like some of that corniness from those older movies sometimes fades, but with this movie, it didn't. It's still funny to me. I love especially Spider-Man 3, the bully Maguire scenes and such are just so funny. So definitely a really, really special release for me. But Sean, you probably already know that I'm picking this one up. Is this a figure you're going to be picking up, and how many are you getting?
So, I don't know if I'm going to get it yet. Just because, I mean, regardless of like how much space I have with all the display cabinets I put in and everything lately, I still have limited space.
Right.
And it's something I think about. I don't want to invest into Spider-Man stuff until the Vulture is available for pre-order.
That's fair.
But I'm also hesitant too because there's an exclusive piece for that. And right now I'm wondering, why did this not come on Sideshow today? Why has the Garfield Spider-Man not been put on Sideshow? Why hasn't the diorama piece for the Lizard been listed on Sideshow yet? I have all these questions and wondering why.
Quick comment on that, and this could be a total rumor, but I'm not going to mention his name, but I did see someone that was like relatively respected in the community. A lot of people know him. He posted somewhere in one of the Facebook groups I'm in that he heard from a reliable source that this figure, the reason that Andrew Garfield hasn't dropped is because they're trying to prepare it for the No Way Home release as opposed to the Amazing Spider-Man. And he had mentioned that they're tweaking the sculpt, they're tweaking the outfit and the accessories. So again, that's a complete hearsay at this point. I just wanted to bring that up because I did see that earlier today. I don't know how true that is. Here's the thing, guys, and just to not to cut Sean off, but we're gonna give Sean the floor once again. But I just wanted to throw this in there. When this first popped up on Sideshow, this Andrew Garfield coming soon listing, it did say No Way Home. I haven't checked it recently, but it did say No Way Home when Sideshow posted it. So that made me think like maybe they were working on the licensing issue, so we would get the No Way Home version, at least in the US. Again, these are just all guesses. There's no validity to any of this until it actually comes out. But I just wanted to add that while Sean had brought it up. But go ahead, Sean.
Yeah. Overall, though, I think they did a great job with it. Head sculpt looks really good.
Oh,
the mask portrait looks good.
Proportions are really nice, too.
Yeah, I'm curious what the price point would be, like the actual price point, versus standard. And
so let me show this real quick. So, guys, this popped up. Apparently, it's from Reddit, and it kind of trickled into my Discord group. I saw this and I'm like, we were kind of talking about it backstage. We're like, there's no way that the standard is $300. I would hope not. So take this with an extreme grain of salt, but this was shown. So the story is that this popped up and there is actually an active link. I have the link saved on my phone. There's an active link for Tobey Spider-Man, but it's dead right now. At least it was before we started the stream. So from what I understand, this came up and someone was able to add it to their wish list before they took the link down. And this is what the price showed. This could be a Photoshop. That happens a lot. People like to troll. And the price or the price could just be a placeholder because it wasn't meant to go up yet. We don't know. But I just wanted to show this to you guys because I thought that was interesting. I do think that seems a little high.
Connor, did you see Doc Smizzle's last comment? The bottom one at 906?
This one?
Yes.
Only accessory guard. Oh, my God. Look, hey, listen, Doc. If we get a 1/6 Garfield, like Garfield the cat, I think people might buy that. But with that being said, don't you dare joke on my No Way Home Andrew Garfield, Doc. Leave him alone. We all been waiting for these figures for so damn long. Leave our figures alone, Doc.
Just because we gotta wait till 2024.
Yeah, it's okay.
But here's the thing, like, I don't know. When I see this sculpt, I'm like, damn, I want to recreate the scene with Doc Ock when Doc Ock is back to normal and he's got the replacement chip, and Peter tells him he's trying to do better. Like that scene
Oh
was
yeah,
so special
trying
to
to
me.
do better.
Yeah, that scene was so special to me. So I might have to. That's the thing, though. I'm pulling him out of the Sinister Six. I don't know, man. It's a tough decision. It's a very tough decision, but that's amazing.
Get two docs.
I can't, bro. I can't. He's way too big for two. That's where you cut off the doubler. Exactly, V. Oh, V, it's good to see you. I'm reading it like it's just casually, but good to see you, V. Guys, V is a good friend of mine, a good friend of Geeking Out. As you guys know, I appear on Geeking Out ever so often. I try to get on there every week if I can. But V actually just did his first stream, so if you're here, please go check out the Cult of V channel. Support him in his journey. Being that I'm a newer channel, we got other YouTubers here that have newer channels. We know the struggle of getting your community up and off the ground. So please check out Cult of V when you get a chance. He did an awesome stream, a spoiler stream about the new Nope film from Jordan Peele. And he was also talking about, I believe, some San Diego Comic-Con stuff. I haven't had a chance yet to watch the full stream because I came in towards the end. But please go check out Cult of V on YouTube when you get a chance to support a friend of the channel.
I'm interested in that movie. Nope. I love Jordan Peele's work.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. Get Out is like a top tier film for me. Us was not like huge on it, but I'm definitely gonna. I probably should watch the movie first before I listen to his spoiler review. But absolutely, V, happy to do it, man. Again, guys, go check out Cult of V on YouTube. Give him a subscribe. Drop a like on his first stream and show some support because V's a great guy. And if you're a fan of Geeking Out, you guys know V. There's no explanation needed.
V is a very friendly man who comes to all with a great mustache and the afro for days.
A little poem. There you go, V.
V's afro is inspired one individual that I shall not name, Monger, to obsess and obscure over baldness and happiness at the same time.
Right.
And that is what brings V together.
That was beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
When he was more snidely whiplash with his mustache and stuff like that.
Hey, V has the cleanest beard I've ever seen. Don't you dare. Mojo, that's awesome. It was like that from. I will say here. I will say this. As much as I loved seeing Tobey and I was super excited, some people like kind of took it over the top. Like every time he came on screen, they're like, I'm like, bro, you do that for the entrance and the exit. That's when you clap. The entrance and the exit. You don't clap every time he shows up. The entrance and the exit. That's all. That's all you need. And not only that,
proper.
Right? Some people clap like, bro, the director's not here, the actor's not here. Who are you clapping for? You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. I think. Look, my Discord is absolutely closed. I think it's still Lane. So
I don't have it open.
I don't even have Discord.
But here, so whoever has Discord, check your Lane. Check your system tray. Just because you closed it, it could be in your system tray. Because mine's off. Mine's gone. Mine's completely gone. Mine's cut off.
Hey V, you have my permission to clip that.
Yeah, you have to, V. That's got to be like your opening for your channel. That's for now. Just when you're starting out, that's the opening for your channel. Also, V, you have to come on with us soon. Doc's been on. I tried to get Doc today, but he was a little busy doing some work. But V, you got to come on, man. We got to have you on soon.
Because he knew we were going to pepper him with It's Morbin time the entire time.
Oh, yeah. That's probably why. He's like, dude, they already started on the Morbius stuff. I'm done. I'm not. Any chance they had of me coming on, I'm gone.
Lane, is that true that you're selling stuff on Discord?
Oh, baby.
Yo, I'm ready for this figure, man. That suit
Look
just looks fantastic, but I don't think I'm going to like pick him up right away. I think it's going to be something that I'll get later down the line when he's out. Kevin has even talked about with me splitting this so I can have the Sandman base. But yeah.
Yeah, guys.
There's a time on the doc outcome. I don't care about that because
it's all going to be timed. Yes, it's all going to be timed. Guys, these are life lessons for Hot Toys collectors. Overtime for the Hot Toys. You need the Howie bucks to get the Howie figures. You got to get your Howie bucks. We're kind of running dry right now. We just paid off that huge wave of pre-orders that came in from May, June to July. But now we're ready to buy some more stuff, and Howie came and delivered, so can't complain.
Hey, I just thought about this, how you just said the Howie Bucks thing. What if MMS 666 is Howard Chan.
Wayne's cat.
Is Howard
Bro,
Chan.
I'd buy that in a heartbeat, man. I would love. Give me
I
Howard
still
Chan.
want that
Give me George Lucas.
man.
Yeah, give me George Lucas.
Well, they already did that.
Sam
didn't they?
Raimi. Yeah, a long time ago. It was like one of the earliest Hot Toys figures.
It's like expensive as hell.
Yeah, but hey, I'm not paying $300 for that piece of crap. Let's be real. That's a piece of crap at this point. It's very old.
Oh, if it's $300, I didn't know.
It's
that.
still really cool,
I just
though.
knew it was
It's
expensive.
definitely really cool.
I'd probably still get it then. For that.
But yeah, guys. So this is everything you get with the deluxe version. Of course, if you get the standard, it does not come with this this base here. But again, this Sandman base, in my opinion, is a huge improvement over the original. Huge improvement. Chris, did you say if you're grabbing this one or not? I don't know if you did. I know you. Oh, that's right. No, you said you're gonna grab it, just not initially.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, well, it's so weird because at first, like, I just wanted Andrew's my main guy, but then, like, this is nostalgia for me, like you said. You know, I loved Toad. That's the one I basically grew up on as well.
Me too,
and
man.
I want it, but then it's like I kind of want one Spider-Man, so I don't know. I feel like I'm eventually going to end up pulling the trigger just because this is also another one of my favorite suits next to Andrew's.
Oh, yeah.
I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I love what he did with the films, but figure-wise and suit-wise, it just was never that appealing to me besides his tech suit. And I feel like if I get this, it's going to make me want to get the whole, what is it, advanced suit or whatever it's called.
The integrated
So I
suit?
might end up, integrated, thank you. I might end up getting, because I do like the gold, which is weird.
I love the integrated suit. I love it.
Which is weird because I don't care for the other suits, but there's something about that. And then seeing them all three together, it's pretty bad. So I might just have to end up doing it.
And it's Stark Tech, dude. It's Stark Tech. You got to get it.
Now, if we could just get that glowy blue suit from the end of No Way Home.
Oh, that's
the one I was hoping they would do. And
but I'm not surprised they held off on it, like, because that's going to be like the main suit in the next film. So I'm not surprised. But that's a beautiful suit. I'm excited for that figure.
Fun thing, did you hear about the suit? He had to make that suit because after Tony died, and something with the technology or whatever, it got shut down in the multiverse. That suit no longer works.
Oh, I didn't know
Apparently, once everybody forgot he was Peter Parker, it no longer recognized him as a. So he had to make his own suit.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
it makes sense though. Lane, are you grabbing Tobey Maguire? Please say yes.
This is most likely the one I'm going to get day one.
Woo! Woo!
Now, I don't know if I'm going to get. I don't know if I'm going to get the base though to it because I don't think I would ever use it.
That's okay. At least you're getting Tobey.
I just need the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
And you do get the head sculpt. You do get the head sculpt with the standard.
If they weren't going to do the head sculpt, I'd be like, so. I think that Sandman though looks really cool, but I'm kind of a little mentally checked out of all of the diorama bases because there have just been so many of them, and I just keep seeing each one of them devouring space, devouring more space.
So
like the third party figures I might end up getting.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull in my basement display. I'm gonna pull all of my figures off of their stands except for the diorama bases. So I'm gonna keep those in the display so I can save some room, and then I'll be able to use all these diorama bases.
Hang them all over it and stuff.
Right. All right, but it's time to head over to Sideshow, guys, so we can kind of give you an idea of what to expect with these time releases. So let's start with
the different SKUs. It's Denobi's favorite thing.
Oh, yeah. So let's start with Obi-Wan, since he is the first release of this group. Guys, you only have 3 days and 14 hours to get the special edition for Obi-Wan. That one, they kind of like, skirt. It's time to grab them. So if you're interested in getting the Obi-Wan with the special edition accessory, I'll pull up that accessory here. I know it says it down here, but I want to show you guys a photo of it for those who aren't familiar. This is so slow. Come on.
Now, see, this is a funny thing. You had mentioned, Connor, when we were talking about this on a different stream, that they usually do have a timer, and they didn't. And I kept seeing in the description, like, limited time, like, an exclusive thing. And I was like, is this going to be an only, like, you have to pre-order thing? And then, today, all of a sudden, just
Right.
at the time, and I was like, yep.
Yeah, OG. These are not. I said OG. OG. Tobey and Andrew are not up for pre-order yet. Tobey, I expect will probably be up within a day or two, like Sean said, probably tomorrow. Andrew, this is just rumors, but from what I read, it seems like Andrew, they're reworking the base and everything, so it's a No Way Home release instead. Don't know if that's true or not. That's complete hearsay at this point, but so take that with a very small grain of salt. Me too, Doc. Like this is a piece that I definitely need in terms of special edition pieces are concerned. I think I agree with Lane. This is probably one of the best special edition accessories out of the group. I love this little cloth piece, and I love the look of this wood. It definitely looks like real, like rotted wood. So I'm definitely a big fan of this, and I will say, guys, I did already pre-order this Obi-Wan prior to this happening because I did say that I didn't want to take any chances with this special edition accessory. Now that we know it's happening, I'm glad I made that decision. But again, guys, this is what you get with the special edition version of this figure. If you do want that special edition, again, you have 3 days and 14 hours to pre-order. So you have plenty of time to make that decision. Although, don't be the person that's like, oh, want to buy right after this closes. Don't be the person that says, oh, I want to buy Obi-Wan with the special edition accessory. Because at that point, you're too late, and people are going to start charging for that. Like Doc said earlier, a lot of times you're looking at $100 extra for just a small accessory like this. So don't be that person. Don't fall into that trap. Get it for retail if you're very interested in it. Again, we typically don't try to convince people to pre-order heavily when it's this early on.
But if it's not something
to focus,
if it's not something you absolutely think you need, though, do not pre-order it. Do not feel the need you have to do it.
Right.
Do not get into the
only if you want that box and you have to have it and you don't want to have to pay the secondary market tax. Pre-order it now. If you fall into that category, that's when you pre-order it. Doc said, bastards. I knew they would pull this ticking clock crap. But if I hit the wait list right now when it closes, I will have my chance to get it later. That's very true. Doc makes a good point, guys. Typically, if you get on that wait list early on, there's a high possibility that you'll get it later. We did see this recently with the Toy Fair stuff from last year that had sold out special editions. We've seen it for recently also Black Widow that had the Taskmaster shield. I got an email about that, even though I'm not going to get that figure, at least as of right now. And we saw it for the Boba Fett with Throne and everything, too. So you definitely will have chances later, but if you don't want to take the chance and you really want it, I would pre-order this sooner than later before this time limit runs out. On to the next one. So we're obviously going to look at Wolverine here. So Wolverine, we're looking at 10 days, 14 hours, a bit more of a time to breathe and think about it. I did personally pre-order Wolverine already, but I will be getting a second one for the other look. Let me show you guys these real quick. For those who are picking up Wolverine, this is kind of like a little tip here. So I did pick these up. These are from eBay.
Are they as fragile as the ones I broke?
No, they're not. But guys, these are die cast. For $9. Yeah, they're actually pretty sturdy. For $9, and you got your adamantium claws. Like, I'll take it. And they look pretty good. I have a bloody pair coming as well. Those were like 14 from the same seller. The detail's okay. I think the skin color is a little dark for Hugh Jackman.
Looks so waxy on video, but
in person, it's not really that waxy, honestly. But think about it. A lot of people are going to have him pose like this. And if you have him pose with like the claws forward like that, it's very convincing. So $9 on eBay. If you guys are interested, shoot me a PM on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll shoot you the link for that where I purchased them from. But yeah, I have the bloody pair coming as well, so I'm pretty excited for that. But yeah, so you have 10 days and 14 hours. The special edition accessory for this one. Such a beautiful figure, by the way, guys. This is a huge release for me. I'm really, really excited for this. You got a real leather jacket, an amazing diorama base. But the special edition accessory is this Sentinel kind of Gatling gun piece. They call it a Sentinel arm.
It really would have been better if they did just an alternate pair with the hands or something, or the forearm thing with adamantium.
For sure. But yeah, so this is what you get as the special edition bonus. So again, if this is something you're interested in, you have 10 days and 14 hours. Make your decision by then. If you really don't want it and you don't make the decision by then it's probably the best decision. Because as of right now, I feel like most people who are panicking, they're going to grab this like sooner than later. So if it takes you like longer than that, it probably wasn't worth it to you anyway, and you might as well wait to pre-order it when it's closer to coming out. That's just my thought. The collector said, just wait. The N1 drops in 18 days. Look, man, with the N1, it's like, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up because that just screams to me like a Hot Toys flex, and that's it. I will say there have been little breadcrumbs here and there that make it seem like it has some validity to it. However, don't get too excited for the N1 as of right now. Until more stuff comes out, I wouldn't get too excited for it because it's possible it won't ever happen. TK said he pre-ordered a day one. I'm not sure which. Were you talking about the first figure we were talking about? He said the only thing I pre-ordered other than Chrome Mando. Is the sculpt going to be worked on? For which figure, the collector?
Probably the Obi-Wan.
For the Obi-Wan, yeah, I think it will be. Yeah, you're probably talking about Obi-Wan. I think it will be. I mean, you have a lot of time for Hot Toys to work on that, and they've proven, especially with Peacemaker recently, they've proven that they listen to fans and they're willing to make changes where they need to be made. So I'm not stressing about the Obi-Wan. I think it's definitely a big possibility that they're going to improve that.
And from Shang-Chi, they've been doing it a lot lately.
Yeah, Wenwu, they improved him as well. Robert Pattinson's Batman, they did add the extra hair sculpt, and it kind of completely changes the look, and a lot of people were excited about that. They also gave him a die-cast Batarang. They updated the proportions on his body, so Hot Toys has shown that they're willing to make changes after the initial pre-order phase. So
they'll probably close up the mouth on Obi-Wan.
Yeah, keep your mind open, because anything is possible at this point. The real cost of the special edition accessory is basically 10% of the figure's value, assuming that the Sideshow eventually put them on discount during the holidays. Yeah, very true. Very true. Doc says he wants all of this year's summer showcase figures Hot Toys to go this year. I'm right there with you, Doc. I think the only one that, as of right now, I'm definitely going to pass on for now is the holographic Iron Man. That's a pass for me. I think all the rest of them I'm definitely going to end up picking up. So I agree. Kind of give a little golf clap for Hot Toys. I think they did a great job this year. I would have liked to have seen more love for DC. The Batman figure, I don't count that as summer showcase because it's not out yet. But I would have loved to see at least one other.
DC just got to have something movie wise or series wise for them to put out, for them to actually put.
I think at this point that's probably what they're waiting on. Another hit.
Maybe because it could be Black Adam. Because like Prime just already put the really amazing looking statue out for him. Is already up for pre-order, but beyond that, I'm not seeing Shazam.
Yeah,
this is
the new Shazam looks pretty whack in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, on that last comment that we had before, Doc, regarding the special edition. But the thing is, all these are being timed right now. So the exclusive versions will not be available during the holiday season.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it was. I mean, the standard versions will be, but with the exclusive pieces, they will not be available. I just wanted to clarify.
I got confused. For some reason, I felt like I read like the second half I was reading like, oh, but the regular version will be on a 10% discount. That's how I read it, but you may be right. So, guys, we did see this earlier, and we mentioned it when we were talking about Jane Foster, but there's your Battle Damage Helmet Special Edition accessory. So, again, if this is something that you want, this is your window for the Special Edition Battle Damage Helmet accessory. You have 17 days and 14 hours, so a substantial amount of time to make your decision. This isn't one that you have to jump on today. Of course, with all of these, keep an eye on it. They could play games with us and say, like, oh, they're about to sell out, so watch for those blue cart warnings and such on these, because that does happen, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a possibility, but as of right now, you have 17 days. I'm sure it's like a until supplies last thing. They're saying until time runs out, but I wouldn't entirely trust that. Just keep an eye on it. Just keep checking it every once in a while, and then, of course, on your social media pages and stuff, someone's gonna warn you about it, so make sure you follow your pages. But guys, we have 15 people here right now. If you haven't already, please drop a like on the stream. It definitely helps us out a lot and lets us know that that you like what we do. Also, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. We currently have a goal of 250 subscribers. And once again, thank you to the generous Lane. We are giving away a Arkham series Harley Quinn hot toy in the channel at 250 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed and you want to be entered for a free hot toy, it's a simple thing to do, and you'll be entered to win a free hot toy courtesy of our friend Lane here. So,
Yep.
But yeah, guys, 17 days left on this one. It's going to be the same you'll see for the next figure because they came out at the same time. Mr. Darth Vader here. As Lane pointed out, definitely one of the weaker accessories of the bunch. I would totally agree with that.
Which is the only thing. Like, that's the only
Right,
thing with the
for
figure.
sure.
However, this is the one that I don't understand. I mean, I know it makes sense in the sense of the universe and stuff necessarily, but for how strong everything, whether you're getting the regular DX version of him or you're getting the deluxe version of this is an amazingly strong figure. Everything else, the R&D, the look, the style, I mean, just everything with it is really good. The detail is good.
I got a question. What would you have liked to see? Like, what would have made you be like, "Ooh, that's it"? Yeah, for him from the show.
I have a crazy idea. I'll tell you mine after we hear Lane's.
Well, but this one, I would have probably said I need a little bit of time to think, but I'm just saying because the Obi-Wan turned out so perfect and so well. Right. I just don't.
We'll come back to you.
Yeah, what would you have?
I would have liked to have seen the piece, like the portion of his helmet that was removed during the fight. Whatever remnants there were from that, I think that would have been amazing.
That should have been the special edition piece.
Mm-hmm. That would have been sick. Like to have that laying on the ground and have Kenobi fighting him, that would have been so sick. Just saying.
I don't know. Maybe. It kind of got obliterated, I thought.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if we actually saw that. So that's still something that like Hot Toys could have talked to, like communicated with Disney, and if they approved it, then they could have put that out. It's just, of course, that's just like a thought, though.
See, this is my thought on this piece. Because it's a DX, right? We had the first Luke Skywalker DX that was a 2-pack. They should have made this as another Anakin Skywalker 2-pack with the battle damage and the clean version Vader.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. It
would have been expensive, but it would have been awesome and worth it.
But look how many people bought that Boba Fett pack. Like this would have been a good seller, and like you're giving us everything with the extra body. Like, come on now. Like that was an obvious 2-pack for me. But
I guess it would have been cooler if they were going to have a special edition and they had to have some kind of like this, I guess. What if they had like had a little bit more like a middle setup piece like the special edition Kenobi, and there was a thing of Palpatine's face?
That would have been
cool. Now, say that's what I was thinking too, but you could save that for a throne version if there ever was, because I would want that too.
But I'm just saying if we gotta keep it in the thing like that a little bit, not a little tiny piece of crap like this, but an actual middle. Even if it was a quote special edition that added a little bit to the price, even like say it added $5 or $10. If they had the big central monitor thing and then had a Palpatine hologram on it, you don't think people would have been all over? Like, you don't think that would have spurred people automatic? Matt, even if it was this is the one that's like a little bit extra. It's $10 more. You don't think people would have bought like the Vader would have just gone out of like crazy with you selling?
It's just hard to think of something like there's really nothing I can think of that he held or like interacted with besides something like that.
Yeah. I agree. So
I know he's harder than Obi-Wan, but it just in comparison to everything. I mean, it just the battle damaged Robocop, the ultimate battle damaged helmet, the Obi-Wan with the lightsabers, which fits the character. I mean, just they're it just I don't get this. It's the only thing with the figure that I stare and like, and I go, why?
Yeah.
Now, see if he didn't already come with it, and they used the special.
And he never talked to the
as
Grand Inquisitor.
the cracked helmet. That would have been one, or Reva's lightsabers, maybe. But that stuff's already in the actual.
Yeah, that's true. I'm surprised they didn't
harder
include the lightsabers, but I guess they're kind of like a little bit too.
Maybe they
expensive
could have
to include.
included, Youngling in the amber chamber.
Oh God, Lane. And same one made a good point. Let's all say R.I.P. in the chat to the Mustafar throne. I think at this point we can kiss that goodbye. Unfortunately,
They could sell it separately as
they
a diorama
could, but
piece.
they could, but like every time they promise us a diorama piece, we rarely get it. So I have no hopes for that. OG says they were disintegrated or melt. He's probably talking about the pieces. Yeah, we didn't exactly see that, but again, that was just kind of me like grasping at straws. Just trying to come up with something.
GK592 points out a possibility too.
Beat up Padawan helmet for a bonus.
That would have been awesome.
Right.
And he said they could have tossed in a flame diorama piece like the first. Oh, that's
Yo, I was just
clever.
gonna say that before. That's so funny.
That's pretty clever.
Well,
here's the thing: you say it
from a
didn't fit in
Black
the scene,
Series
but
thing had these Mustafar that he used to display, and that's
Yeah.
what I thought of it. But
very clever, very clever. Photo biomodulation would be a cool addition to the hologram effect. Exactly. Whatever that is, exactly. I agree with you, Doc. I don't know. I don't know if I want an extra Vader body for only a few changes. Hey, listen, Penn, if it was an extra Obi-Wan body, you'd be all over that. I know exactly what you would want. So let me have my extra Vader body in peace. Leave us in peace. Penn also says, if you make the special edition piece too cool, that opens the door for making lore pieces being more often gate kept by time. I don't know. I feel like most of these accessories are pretty cool, and they're like accurate to the prospective pieces. So I'm cool with that. Like Lane said, like we actually did get some really good special edition accessories this time around. So I don't know. This is definitely the laziest of the bunch. But with that being said, this is still, like Lane said, this is still an incredible release. He's not trying to take from it. None of us are. It's just this is like kind of a disappointment.
With the special edition of pieces, do any of these do you feel the same or top the die-cast helmet that came with Mark 1 last year?
Lane, why you got to bring that up, man? Why you got to do that in front of everybody? Listen, guys, the die-cast Mark 1 helmet, I missed it.
Well, it's your idea. I'm not going to wait for that.
So I missed it. But yeah, so here's my point, as always, with the special edition accessories. With these, yes, you have to put in an early pre-order. But two, like, do you want to pay the same amount of money for less? If you're okay sitting with that, you know what I mean, and not putting in a pre-order, I completely understand. More power to you. Me, I'm not okay with that. So that's why, like, because I missed that diecast Mark 1 because I wasn't collecting Marvel at the time, so I passed on it. It makes me so, like, not angry, but I'm just, like, bummed. I'm like, dude, everybody who got that is getting an extra die-cast helmet for the same freaking price.
Yeah.
So, yes, it does. That's one of the things that it does bother me. But it's not going to bother everybody. Like, the special edition accessories at the end of the day are mostly like a marketing ploy, to be honest with you. There's something to get you to pre-order early, to get those pre-order numbers up. And a lot of people obviously aren't pre-ordering as much lately because of the state of the secondary market and the state of the retail market, because a lot of stuff is sitting and we're getting great coupons and such, especially from Sideshow and like CollectorZown. So yeah, the special edition accessories do mean something to me, but again, this one is just kind of lame. And it also, the likeness isn't very good. Just like on the Kenobi one, the Bail Organa likeness isn't very good, so... It's nice that it includes it, though. I'll take it. And like Chris said, great idea to give it to Reva if we end up getting a Reva figure. That's a great idea because it makes more sense, her communicating with the Grand Inquisitor as opposed to Vader. Because as you guys know, mostly with Vader, like his subjects, if you will, his people are coming to him in person. Really, he communicates to Palpatine through a holo projector, but that's it. Because Palpatine's that dude. You don't get an audience with Palpatine unless it's something important, you know? Vader, he runs his show a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But let's move on again, guys. 17 days. Does anybody else have anything to comment on Vader before we move on to the last couple topics here?
Nope.
Okay, so real quick, guys, just kind of like a little bit of an alert. If you haven't seen already, this Grogu 6-scale set did drop in Hong Kong. So we should see it here in a few weeks, I would imagine, in the U.S. because this is a very simple release. Again, this is just a accessory set, so you get Grogu and the upgraded pram that Kuil made. You get this little cute basket with Grogu. This is adorable. I think this is the best part of this set is Grogu and the little wrap. You can't go wrong with that, especially if you have the blurg with Kuil. You can give it to Kuil or give it to IG-11. I think it would look really cool.
It's Daddy Mando now.
Exactly. We get this. Honestly, this looks like crap. I'm not gonna lie to you. This looks like a Hasbro piece. I don't know why they made it so shiny. I get it's like a frog and it's slimy, but not a huge fan of that.
That's the point.
It's a cool background piece. Now this is what I'm buying this pack for. So if you guys have seen Rebels, you're familiar with the Lothcats and all of the lore behind the Lothcats, but if you're not, this means nothing to you, or he may just say like, oh, it's cool, it's a Star Wars cat, I'm going to buy this. But I'm buying this because I know we're going to get that Ezra Bridger eventually when we see him in the Ahsoka show, so I'm going to have this sitting on my shelf waiting for Ezra Bridger to come out, because I don't think he's going to come with the Lothcat from the Ahsoka show. But just wanted to let you guys know that this one is out. I don't know if anybody on the panel is picking this one up. I am, because one, it's cheap, and two, I want the Lothcat. So
I've thought about picking this up to go with the Chrome Mando that I'm getting and just like getting rid of the other Grogu. And then this will be like my accessory because I do like everything that this little guy comes with.
Yeah, and I'm going to give this to my my Kuil on the blurg. Is going to go in his hand. Got to.
The blurg, man.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
two.
Where are those
Mania.
blurgs?
I'm
Speaking
not
of where are the blurs, man? I thought they were all the big animals coming from Hot Toys.
Speaking of Sean's Bantha.
Yeah,
Blurgy,
right.
blurgy, blurgy,
Right.
blurgy.
So Sean, if he's still up to it, once we finish up with these last couple things, guys, we're gonna go through the coming soon page really quick. We've been live for 3 hours now, so we'll probably skip on the SDCC recap stream that we're gonna watch through. Maybe we'll save that for next stream if people are still interested. But just wanted to cover another one. Miles Morales 2020 suit is also now shipping in Hong Kong. So now I believe you have 3 or 4 Miles Morales on pre-order and or add to cart that are available on Sideshow. Plenty of options for Miles Morales. I will say, guys, exactly. This one does state on Sideshow, and this is going back to what we were saying earlier, that they are willing to make changes to stuff even after the initial pre-order phase. In the description here, it still states that it's battery powered. However, as we've seen from some Hong Kong-based reviewers, this guy is USB powered. So this is an incredible improvement from Hot Toys, and we love to see it, and hopefully we continue to see it in the future.
However, there's one thing you need to keep in mind if you are considering this figure, that for the chest and the eyes to show up, they have to be lighted.
Yep.
Or else it's just black and blank.
Right.
So that's the drawback to the
weird.
figure.
Absolutely.
That's the only issue with it.
Right, not like the Dark Trooper. The Dark Trooper, the lenses are super red, so even with the lights off, it looks incredible.
Their eye lenses are more along the lines of like the Purge Trooper with the eyes.
Exactly. Yeah, so guys, those figures are coming soon. If you're waiting on that pre-order, now might be the time, because then you'll be able to make your payments before it starts shipping in the U.S. So we're going to go through this list real quick. How about we do this? Let's kind of go through this list quickly, and we'll kind of say which ones we think are going to happen, and we'll go down the list with the panel and see what we all think. R5D4. I think this one is absolutely happening. They've shown it multiple times now. This was originally a prototype for the original trilogy, and then because it showed up again in Mando, they're like, cool, let's bust out that R5D4 prototype and make some changes. My opinion, this one is happening. And I kind of want to group the Pit Droid with this one because they're kind of from the same scene. Pit Droid and BD-72. Finally getting a Pit Droid after all this time. If you're a fan of the prequels, you may know and love the Pit Droids at this point. But BD originally showed up in the Fallen Order series, and it's awesome that we get to see him from the Mandalorian, because I didn't want to wait for a Jedi Fallen Order release to get a BD droid. But so I do think we'll get the R5D4, and I also think we're going to get the Pit Droid pack, only because these are very easy to make and they're simple and small items to produce. And I'm sure Hot Toys knows that these cheaper items will sell well, and they are droids. A lot of people love droids, and droids typically sell well. So in my opinion, I will be picking both of these up, and I do think that they're going to be coming out here sooner than later. Sean, are you going to be picking these up, and do you think they're going to be coming out?
I do think they're going to be coming out. I am going to pick them up.
Cool. Yeah, they're droids, man. Droids are a big portion of the life and the ambiance of Star Wars. You can't have Star Wars without droids. Droids obviously are commonly slept on.
Because after
I'm glad to see more merchandise coming out for these droids. Don't know what that was, but Chris, are you going to be picking up these droids, and do you think they're going to be releasing?
I do think they're coming, and I am gonna be picking them up. I also would like to see an R4 as well, but yeah, I love droids too. So
I agree. And finally, Lane on the droids. Do you think they're coming out? And if they are you going to be picking them up?
I think they'll come. I'm not going to pick them up.
Okay, fair. Yeah, see, Lane is kind of like our voice of reason here. I think Lane is. Lane is the most restrictive with his collection.
You're saying the guy who just bought a $2,300 statue is the most restrictive.
But here's the thing. To your credit, though, you do try to sell some things to make room and recoup some money on a big purchase like that. I do not do that at all. So you're already better off than I am, Lane. I will say that. Yes, Penn, I know you're really excited for BD as well. It's amazing.
I love that. I love the BD.
Yeah,
droid.
It's a cute little droid, and he has a lot of personality.
What's that stupid one that comes with Rey from The Rise of Skywalker?
Dio. I like Dio too. Dio's funny.
I hate it.
I only wanted that for Dio, but I don't care.
That was a big reason I bought it too.
That's the reason I got the 2-pack. The Force Awakens was for BB-8. I wanted BB-8.
I'm the opposite. I thought that droid looked stupid. But I thought a lot of the droid stuff and everything just continued. I just look at that as comparing that once again the sequel trilogy and the stuff that it does not do as good as other Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Not even. I'm talking even Disney Star Wars era of stuff. Like BD was from a video game that everybody loved. Most people looked at Dio and went, "Why is that a real funny tire with a like flashlight attached?"
He had some personality. Exactly. Insane. You never say no to droids or aliens from Star Wars. Totally agree. Where's our Figrin Dan, Hot Toys?
Or Cad Bane, or Cad Bane will come and get you.
I'm curious. Exactly. We have a Crow Mando coming. Why is this saying the Mandalorian and Grogu 6-scale figure?
All right, Chris. Chris, since you're jumping ahead, Chris, let's start us off on this set here, both the N1 and the Mandalorian set with Grogu. Tell us what you think. Do you think they're coming out? Do you think one's coming out and not the other?
It's controversial, but I don't care if it came out. I'm not picking it up. It's too big.
But do you think it's coming out? Like, do you think it's likely or unlikely?
Like I said, that's controversial. They didn't do the other Starfighter, which is the one that I do want, Anakin's. Mm-hmm. I would like to see him come with this. There's demand for it.
This one's bigger.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's one of those things. It's one of those things where they have to kind of put their money where their mouth is or whatever and actually bring it out. And there was a lot behind it, but again, it could just be more play and then never come out. So I don't know. I don't have an answer for it.
All right, so I'll go next. The N1 Starfighter, guys, I'm going to say it. I don't think it's coming out. I'm sorry. I don't think it's coming out. It's a huge task for Hot Toys. It's a massive, massive piece. Shipping would be very difficult. Right, shipping would be not only difficult but expensive.
Seen it say it needs to be mounted or something.
Yeah, it's massive. It's 4.5 feet long, guys. So unfortunately, I don't see it coming out. And as I say that, I also think if we don't get the N1, I don't think we're going to get this Grogu and Mando set either. I'm just saying. I think they're kind of companion pieces, and you're not going to get one without the other, especially because Mando Season 3 is right around the corner. The timing would just have to be right for this to come out. I don't know. I think if the M1 comes out, we'll get both. If it doesn't come out, we'll get neither. That's my guess. Sean, go ahead.
I am actually confident this is going to happen. I think a lot of standards are going to be changed, though. but I think it's going to happen. Now the Grogu and the Mandalorian, I don't know, because the rumor is Mando's altered a little bit so he could fit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But I don't know. I think it could happen. I think just like watching Denobi's stream where he's like showing the points where it can come apart.
Yeah.
And it's like I was doing it in my head and trying to fold it around. You could break that tail into 3 different pieces alone. The turbines on each side you can take apart. You can lift off the front part of the nose with the guns and the engine up. And if you move this stuff around a little bit, it could probably... The box might be maybe 6 inches wider than what the tumbler comes in. And I think it could fit in it. I think it's doable. I think they can do it. They've put a lot of work into it, especially doing a video with dimensions, showing the engines, the lights. That's something they've never done before on a Flux.
Yeah.
So I think, now I'm confident. I'm not saying it's 100% going to happen. I'm confident it's going to happen. And I am 100% confident that Howard is really considering distributing this. Now, there can be a lot of things that happen too. I mean, situations can change between now and the next 6 months in the world, and that causes it not to happen. But I think it'll be limited to maybe between 1,000 to 2,000 or maybe 2,500.
I think so.
And I think it would... Sideshow would change their policy and demand more money for an NRD.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm assuming that's going to be 30 to 40%. Right.
My thing is like when I'm hearing all this, it's like a logistical nightmare. That's what it sounds like to me, and it's like
that's what I just said.
The bad, in a business sense, like outweighs the good. I hope Sean is right because this is a piece that I'm very interested in. It's just there's just so much that goes into it. There's a lot of things that are going to have to be put in place. Penn made a good comment here. Imagine all the returns from Sideshow for scuffs on the N1 or damage or anything like that. We've already seen it with other companies that have big pieces that they ship out. Granted, this may be higher quality, but I don't know. It's going to be a tough decision regardless. They're going to have a long conversation with Sideshow regarding this. Is not something they could just, hey, we got another pre-order for you, Sideshow. Here you go.
Yeah, but some companies, so for something like this, some companies I know that I've done business with actually have you pay for shipping to ship it out back to them for you to get something back. So that's a pop. But I did love the scene in the show. Like, I was absolutely fascinated with it. However, that being said, it's the N1, but I still like the yellow version from the prequels. That's what I would want.
And another thing to point out too on this, you know how they do those legendary statues that come in 2 or 3 large boxes?
Jesus. Yeah, like that Hulk that's coming from Legendary Beasts.
No, they absolutely could do it. Again, it's just going to require like adapting from Hot Toys and with their like current release schedule and such. It depends on how much time they can set aside.
It'd have to be like 2025.
Well, see, and that's another thing too, is I think the release schedule would be a long period of time. That it would be like a year's length of time. So they could say, expected delivery June 2024 to June 2025. And if it happens earlier, Howard looks great. And if it happens by June 2025, Howard's on time.
Yeah. So Doc says there's a giant box. They can fit the M1 in that in parts. They definitely could. Again, it's something that's going to take a lot of planning. Again, I don't personally see it happening, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. It's just going to take a lot of resources from Hot Toys to make
Let me ask you, how did people feel when the Starfighter for Anakin came out? Were they doing the same thing?
No.
I mean,
that was still during the dark time, wasn't it?
So there some of the same points do cross over with the Anakin Starfighter, because a lot of people were like, oh, they went through all this work and they're showing Anakin in the cockpit and R2's, and so there are some crossover points that people were making. I do agree with Sean, though. There are some interesting things. Like, one, there's like a fully like custom, specially built display stand for it. They had all of the lighting and everything wired up in all the different spots. So there are some interesting things to note, and they discuss dimensions and things like that. But I don't think that's like a telltale sign that it's coming out. I just think it's happened too many times where we see these figures and they never see the light of day. So with that being said, I just can't, especially with a piece this massive, I can't say like I think it's coming out. I would rather be on the safer side and say I don't think it's coming out. That way, if it does, we're surprised, you know. But Sean definitely made some good points. There's definitely good points for both sides of the discussion. Again, if it does happen, it's just going to take a tremendous amount of work from Hot Toys and Sideshow, because they're going to be the ones selling it, and Comic Concepts and CollectorZown and all these places that may carry it, if they don't decide to just keep it exclusively to Sideshow, of course. Because that could happen too. Maybe they're like, okay, we're going to do this, but only Sideshow is going to sell it. That's it. So like, we want you to handle the shipping, we want you to handle the returns, we want you to handle the parts. Like, that very well could happen. So we'll see.
But they can also make it a joint endeavor to where Sideshow's helping them make it.
Well, we don't want that. We don't want that.
Yeah, no, we don't.
I didn't say it was perfect. You know, it's
Insane
parts.
one's comment.
You know, it's not a face sculpt.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make my point. If I think this is coming now, which I think there is zero chance that it is coming. I never thought it was coming from I think it looks really cool. I never thought it was coming too big. I think the financial realities of the world, especially because things are going backwards and will be the next 2 years, I think that makes it even more unlikely that we're going to see this. I think it's a very cool. I always thought it was a flex from Sideshow. It'd be really cool if it was coming. I have zero place to put it. I think, like I said, it's just the amount of people who give it. You know, I mean. This looked like Sean collection item to me. But it just, I don't think there's enough collectors who can fit the goddamn thing into space.
Yeah,
that,
I mean, yes, we know Sean has a whole layer in his basement. We know, Sean.
You notice how much is coming out of there?
Look, if this N1 is coming, it's hanging from my ceiling. That's all I got. That's it. I
live in an apartment. I can't hang it from my ceiling.
All right, but let's move on from the N1, because I kind of want to speed through these a little bit so we can let Sean unbox his item, because he's been waiting patiently since he got it. Batman Transparent Armory set. This is happening. The reason I say that is because the Dark Knight stuff is doing very well in Sideshow. I know the Batmobile has been selling well. The Batpod has been sitting for a little bit, but it's going to sell, especially with the coupon and stuff. So this one makes a lot of sense to me. There's plenty of companion pieces to go along with it. This is absolutely happening, and I 100% am picking it up. I've got 2 payments left to my DX19, so Hot Toys, give it to me. Give me this Transparent Armory set, and I will buy it. Let's move down the line, as we always do. Sean,
Yes.
Are you interested in picking up this set? Yes? Cool.
Yes.
Good to hear. Now, do you think this is like Detolf sized?
No.
You think it's a little bit bigger than that?
I think it's wider. I don't think
wider.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know.
I'm curious on the dimensions.
I'm curious about the size, along with the if it's going to come with Bruce Wayne or not.
I would think so, because they had him kind of displayed as a set, and it kind of said that on the nameplate as well, and it does say Armory set here. So, being that there's no other photos of the Bruce Wayne, I would imagine that is a whole set. Yeah, we all need to get ourselves a Sean basement for sure. We're all very
you
jealous.
do. How you get a Sean basement is you actually find a house first, and you build the basement how you want it. The end.
There you go. Chris, are you grabbing this Armory set?
Move along. All
right, Lane, are you grabbing this Armory set?
Move along.
All right, Batman 89, Michael Keaton. Who's getting it?
Buying it.
Is it happening? It's happening.
Yes.
It's happening.
But I'm not getting the back computer. I just want it with the base with the gargoyle.
Pass.
We don't care about this. This is not happening.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
tech baby.
Tech's
Yes.
happening. Tech's
Yes.
happening. I think we're gonna get all of the Bad Batch. I'm a little concerned about the head sculpt situation, but I do think we're gonna be getting the whole Bad Batch. So
I've already got 2 of them on pre-order and paid off. So
yeah, I still have to grab Hunter and Echo. I've been waiting till the closer to the release date, but I will be grabbing the whole Bad Batch as well. Bat computer. I'm getting Batman 89. I got to get the Bat computer. Lane already said he's not getting it. Sean, I think I could
Yes.
see you getting the diorama for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Chris, no.
Yep. No.
Not at all. Quarter scale. I do see this happening, but it's going to be a pass for me. I don't collect quarter scale, unfortunately.
No, not the quarter scale I'd want.
Yeah, it is a really cool setup, and I like the base a lot, just not for me. Of course, I'm grabbing the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 100%. What about you guys? Let's just go down the line. You guys getting Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
We'll determine once the Vulture comes out. I will decide if I'm going to do anything for Spider-Man.
I already know your answer. Chris is getting it, guys. He's getting the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. He's going to double up on Andrew Garfield. He loves Andrew Garfield. He's getting
Well, I already told you my plan. I'm gonna just sell him. Just gonna sell him with the webs and stuff like that, and keep the accessories that it came with. So it's like I'm
Right.
upgrading.
Need a basement
I'll
that runs
give
the entire floor plan of the
person
entire
a
home.
box,
Game
too.
changer. What about you, Lane? Are you grabbing the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
nope, Tobey. That's the one I'm after. I've
Fair.
said that for a while.
Penn says, "Give me that tech. I'll have a head sculpt." I think they will end up getting head sculpts. Definitely,
worried
we
about
need it for the
Wrecker.
record.
That's
We need it
the
for the
Wrecker.
record, man. We need it.
Wrecker's the only one I'm really worried about.
Don't
And Wrecker needs the Tuca doll too. Black Tom Cruise said the '89 Batman is cool just before my time. I get it, man. And the good thing is Batman fans have been treated very well on from Hot Toys recently. You can go in Sideshow and we've got Nightmare Batman 2-pack. We've got the Batman Return. The Val Kilmer figures. The Robin and the Batman. We've got
Mega Package Edition.
the nipple and package edition. That's
what I said.
the
Throbbing.
extra accessories. Throbbing, yeah. What else do we have? We have the DX-19. We have the Batman Begins figure. Is that a DX? I can't remember if that's a
No,
DX.
that's not a DX. It's
Not a
just
DX. Okay, so
it's a reissue of the old.
we have the Re-X of the Batman Begins figure. So you have a lot of options for Batman right now, so it's totally cool if the 89 is not for you. Let's see what else we got. Mark II quarter scale, amazing figure. I would have liked to seen a Mark II release
Nope.
in diecast in the 6 scale form. I know we already got one previously, but I would like to have seen another one. That's going to be a no for me. I don't do quarter scale. The only quarter scale, I told you guys this before, the only quarter scale you'll see me grab is if they do a battle damage quarter scale Vader. That I will grab. I'm guessing everybody's going to pass on that one. Upgraded suit quarter scale. Again, I don't do quarter scales, guys. But this one, Hawkeye, I will be grabbing this one. I'm absolutely getting Kate Bishop, and I'm definitely getting the Hawkeye. The show surprised me. And I don't currently have a normal Hawkeye Clint figure. I have the Ronin set up for my endgame Hawkeye, so this
Which
will be
is
a
the
welcome
one I
addition to
want.
my collection. Yeah.
That's the one I'm gonna go for, and I'm getting Kate Bishop, so I'm not getting this one.
Yeah. Insane, there is an Adam West Batman, but not the Hot Toys one is long sold out. We're kind of talking about what's in stock right now for Batman. Obviously, there's been a ton of Batman releases, but just what's in stock. I know Sideshow at one point, I think they sold a Adam West Batman. I could be wrong, but I think they may have. I don't know if that's currently in stock or not. I don't think so.
Alrighty, guys. So I have to head out now.
All right, Lane.
I know we're starting to roll down.
Yeah,
down,
we're just gonna end the stream with the cool, soothing voice of Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare.
What
He's
are
gonna
you
be
unboxing, Sean?
1/6 scale Bantha.
Okay.
All right, so I think none of us are going to get the Miles Morales Purple Rain suit, and I also don't think this one is happening.
And Baron Zemo's not having. Although
And
Purple
Baron-
Rain.
I do
Purple
want to
Rain
show
was
Lane
the-
something.
We're mainly
Purple
focusing on the
Rain.
SDCC stuff, so we're cutting it off.
Well,
there.
Purple Rain was there again.
Yeah, it's been shown before. Yeah.
What was that, sir, Chris?
Yeah.
Just some glass movement because I was trying to show you something real quick before you leave. I'm unboxing this Vader helmet on the shelf, but Kevin is doing a 1-to-1 scale. Like he's going to do a whole Vader suit. So he's been 3D printing parts or whatever. And this comes apart. He'll be able to put electronics in.
Well,
you can see
I already
the belt slit. And
I know
Very
I
cool.
mentioned on the Discord Hot Toys Hotline and stuff I are in. The only thing I was asked, you gonna cosplay something? I said the only thing I would ever cosplay is a Death Trooper.
he's got all these
And/or-
pieces.
The secondary option for him is Al from Al's Toy Barn. I know we kind of discussed that one a little bit. So
I was gonna say more likely Al from Home Improvement.
hey, that could work.
Way
Apparently, I'm
back in the
Rocket
day, 'cause-
Raccoon, according to
Because
Lee.
I don't have he had more hair on his head, so I can just put a little toupee thing and then grow out my beard a little bit and then buy
Dude,
like
we got to do that for Halloween. We all got to dress up as something, and then we can't tell each other. We just got to go on stream, and it's got to be a surprise.
I was going to say mine. I've been
All
telling
right, but
everybody what I'm
we'll
doing.
let Lane go. Thank you so much, Lane, for coming on, especially because you're
Yeah.
just
Bye,
getting over
Lane.
having COVID and being sick. Have a great night, and thank you as always, Lane, for being
Take
here.
care, everybody. Have a good night.
Hey, bye, Lane.
Later, guys. Bye bye.
Later. Yeah,
All right.
Doc said he didn't sound impressed, but I was just trying to include him.
Yeah, sometimes Lane is just completely unimpressed, and you just got to roll with it. You need
That's
drywall
cool.
or stills to play Death Trooper.
This-
Black Tom Cruise says his Nightmare Batman pre-order is shipping next week. Nice, dude. I actually just pre-ordered mine with some of these crazy Sideshow coupons we've been getting. So I'm really excited to get that one. I just started making payments on it, though, so I'm going to be waiting a little bit longer than you. But Sean, it is your time to unbox this amazing piece. I'm really excited to see it. As I told you, I was interested in the Wampa from this company, so I'm as excited as you are. So we'll give Sean the floor. And guys, we'll kind of end out the stream this way. Once again, as Sean grabs his piece to unbox, if you're not currently subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Give yourself a chance to win that Arkham series Harley Quinn hot toy at 250 subscribers. Also, please drop a like on this on this stream if you like what we do here. And also, I have multiple videos for you guys to check out. If you're curious about learning about pleather maintenance, I did put up a pleather maintenance video in the past couple days. I've been getting a lot of good feedback, so thank you guys for that. And also, I put up a copper flop video on the Darth Vader figure. So if you want to hear kind of a more in-depth opinion on that figure, definitely check that out.
All right, guys.
Also, real quick, shout out to Doc Smizzle in the chat. Check out Doc Smizzle's channel. He's definitely a good friend of the channel. He's always here in the chat, and he's always willing to support where he can, so we like to support our friends. So definitely check out Doc Smizzle's channel when you get a chance.
Hey, I just did Snow Speeder Luke on the channel, but I mentioned you in there again because of the pleather I was talking about on Luke. So
Look at that. I'm just making it on everyone's channel. But yes, Chris did just put up a video of Snow Speeder Luke, so he's on fire with the reviews, so definitely check out his reviews. I feel like Chris's production quality has improved quite a bit, and I'm trying to get there myself. We've kind of been learning stuff with each other. You guys saw I did my first video with the light box. I'm still learning, but it's a good start. Absolutely a good start. Sean, it's a rookie move. You didn't cut it before we started the video. Come on, man. That's a Lane move.
my goodness,
That's a big box. That's a big
I thought he
box
already
for sure.
unboxed it though.
No, he's been waiting. I asked him if he wanted to unbox it on stream, so he was gracious enough to wait. You ready?
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I'm going to take the headphones out. Tell me if there's
Okay.
any feedback when I talk.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right. Talk for a moment. Tell me if there's any feedback from you guys.
There is, I think. when
That
we
sounds
call
good.
Okay.
Doc says, good googly moogly. Yes.
it.
we're
Yeah, it sounded
excited.
huge. I'm just all watching it all.
I love unboxings, dude, especially when Sean unboxes stuff.
I thought you liked lanes.
Lane, too. They both have their own flavor for their unboxings, just like we all do.
It puts the knife across the tape. Or it gets the ship again.
Yeah, we'll see.
While,
Hopefully, it's not damaged or anything.
yeah, while
That
you're
would suck.
cutting it, talk dirty to it like you would dirty dishes.
Please don't, Sean. Just ignore what he said completely.
Look at his smile. He wants to.
Just ignore what he said, Sean. Just get that look off your face. Just please. Just unbox it, Sean. We're going on 3 hours. We're good, Sean. Just do it.
Okay, here at the Hot Toys Hotline, dirty dishes likes to express themselves in special ever-essence ways.
Connor's gonna cut it off and be like,
Unboxing. Here's it open. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this off while dogs are watching.
I have the dogs bite the head off of it. Oh,
I know, huh?
"Aw,
look at the little buddies. Oh, yikes. That sound.
dude, my
Look
cat
at the
should be
cat.
all
How
over the
big
box."
it is.
This is like a QVC commercial. That's what this is.
Yeah, for just $99.99.
Right, you yourself could own your own Bantha.
How not to do ASMR with the Hot Toys Nightmare. So
Yes, the goodest of boys, V. Absolutely.
we got a little bag here with everything that needs to go on top.
Is that like a cloth, like a riding saddle or something like that?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I think I'm with Doc on this one. He said, "Oh my god, I think I want it." It's like I haven't even seen it, just the top part, and
Oh, that's
wow,
nice. It's
that's
like kind of like a
impressive.
statue, how it's keys in. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted their. I honestly was so close to buying the Wampa from them, but there wasn't enough about the company to make me want to grab anything from them.
Well, I have
Is it still for sale? This?
I don't know if it's still for sale. He just started shipping. But I have the one on order. I also have I have 2 of the blurgs that he's made in the past.
Hey, I see you got that. Is that Jazz Inc.'s cockpit back there?
Yeah.
The way he reluctantly, yeah. Oh, so it comes with like a whole display base and everything, huh?
Yeah, but you know what's awesome?
Oh, very nice.
Is it
that
numbered?
99? Is that what that says?
Yeah,
99?
it's number 42 of 99.
Very cool.
Wow.
So he's also, his next project after the Wampa is the Dewback.
Dude, this is
Oh,
where we need
man.
Dante. Like a band.
I do want that Wampa, but I don't know, man. Maybe this unboxing will convince me to give the company a chance if they're still selling them.
Well, this is now the 3rd item I've gotten from him.
Okay.
So it's like a baby.
That thing's massive. Is it heavy?
The way he said, it's like a baby.
Like, does it have some weight to it?
Not really. It's actually lighter than what I expected.
Nice. It looks like it's very well packaged, I will say that.
Yeah.
Why, thank you. I work out.
Baby Bantha. Make baby
There's
Banthas.
something wrong with him, man.
What, me?
Yeah, well, thank you. I work out. Sean, we're talking about the Bantha.
That's what she said.
Connor hates those jokes, man, because Kevin and I do it too.
Mm-hmm.
What, the
Yeah.
that's what she said jokes?
Baby Bantha, like a Bantha. Yeah. Too bad Monica's not here. He'd be really excited about this unboxing.
Well, you know.
Oh, God.
So, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
The worst sound in the world.
Really? I thought it was scratching a chalkboard.
I think
It's
they're
kinda
equally
like-
as bad.
No, that one doesn't bother me as much.
You got
Professional.
it this way. It's like here's the base.
Well, that's it. Good night, everybody.
And look, put the hand from the rear end of
Oh
the
my
animal.
There's something wrong with this man.
You remember in South Park He's like, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my thumb and stick it up this.
Who had this idea?
Welcome to the
That was your
Discovery
idea.
Channel with Sean.
It was
You
me,
wanted to
unfortunately.
wait.
You're now watching Animal
Uh,
Planet with Sean.
It is. Yeah, you're getting an Ace Ventura moment here.
Look at all that hair. No.
Dude, it's actually really soft.
It looks pretty high quality from what I could tell.
It's actually really clean too.
That's good.
It came from elephant pubes.
And you said this is from Singapore,
Thailand.
Thailand. Okay.
Inbox Studio.
And okay, Inbox Studio. So do they have a Facebook page, right?
Correct.
Well, there you go. Anybody that's looking for it, Inbox Studio on Facebook, look for their page. I'm sure if you just search it, it'll come up. Oh, look at him. That's cool, man. And I like that
He's
it has
even
like
got a little rope.
the lead on it. That's cool.
The lead. Way to get so specific.
I don't even know if that's what it is, but Sean, Penn is asking, do you know if it's synthetic fur or if is it real animal fur?
I can't. I don't really know.
I wouldn't disclose that to anybody.
Doc says it's a bush. It does look like a bush.
Poke the
That's
holes
cool,
again.
man. You got to complete the look, though. I think it'll really come to life when you put those horns on.
Mm-hmm. Does it come with a
What?
comb like Chewbacca?
I don't know. I haven't opened the bag yet.
That's a big boy.
Does that look right
Yeah.
to you?
Does it look
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
How's the paint work? Like first impressions, does it look as good as the others that you have?
It does actually. It's actually very well done.
It's
It
a
has all the
bearded
grooves.
man.
It looks like if you ever had like a big like grabbed like ram's ears
Mm.
or mountain goat's ears, it's basically the same.
I see. Doc has a question for you. He said, how forward heavy is it now that the horns are
Very. I'm like concerned about moving it.
Mm.
So
If you
Yeah,
look
it
at
kinda
it,
shook
it almost
right
looks like
there.
a human face from the front, like with just a bunch
That's
of
what
hair
I
on it.
said. It's literally a bearded mammal.
That's funny.
you guys see the eyes?
Yeah, they're kind of hard to see. Are they like
I'm
like
sure
Yeah,
you're
they
gonna
have
have to
hair.
take
eyes?
photos.
They have hair in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play with it and like take photos and stuff.
Are they
too.
like glossy in person?
No. Well, yeah, kind of.
Okay,
They have like a lot of brown in them.
that's good.
I mean, it's all solid. It's a statue
Right.
completely.
That's definitely a big piece, though. How
It
do you know
is.
how long it is? Like side by side.
I have a ruler here. Let me check.
It's a 1/6 scale, Connor. Just do the math.
It ain't that simple.
You know who could really do the math and really know where to put it? That's right. Dirty Dishes of the Hot Toys.
Oh, the Hot Toys nightmare, everybody.
It adds up all them dishes.
Yeah, that's true. Good thing I have a dishwasher. That's why I'm not dirty dishes anymore. Now I have a dishwasher.
Is that how you refer to your fiance?
I've
Ooh.
evolved. Hey, not
Ooh.
fiance yet. Let's
Yeah.
18.25
18.
inches high.
All right. So guys, already that ain't fitting in your detolf, not even close.
14 inches wide. 22 inches long.
Still
that's-
ain't got nothing on me.
That's that's not too bad. I think that's very doable, especially if like you can put it on top of your detolfs if you have the space up there.
Yeah.
This thing
So,
was only $279, not including shipping.
But Sean said the shipping was pretty crazy. Like, how much of it? If you don't mind, Sean, how much was it total with the shipping and everything?
The shipping was almost as the same cost as the Bantha.
Jeez.
So you're looking at about like 600 almost.
No, it was about 5 total, 5 something.
Oh, okay. Because Doc was saying it was $279 before shipping. So was it cheaper when you originally got in on the run? Or is that what it cost you?
No, because if you think about it, $279, then the cost for shipping it is almost the same. So that's over 500.
Okay, gotcha.
I think he just went closer to 3 and 3 6. That's all.
So what are your plans again for this guy?
I will actually show you.
Cool. You know who would be cool in this?
Boba Fett.
Yeah, I think that's what you said, Sean. Actually, now that I'm remembering it, did you say that you were putting the Nomad Boba Fett on this guy?
I am.
Oh, you should do it now so we can see how it looks.
Man, he's got the Jabba and everything. I'm jealous of this guy.
And Hawkbuster, which I need.
I know. He's got all the big pieces that I want.
That's what she said.
That's how I meant it.
Yeah, you were asking for that one. Yeah, Penn, I agree. Like, for something like this, me personally, I wouldn't spend that on it. But Sean actually has a lot of animals already, and he's getting 2 of the blurgs, so it definitely makes sense for him. He's got like a little animal army. I'm kind of jealous.
He doesn't have anybody to tell him what to do.
That's true. Also that. He's lucky.
Tell it to go make baby banthas.
It's going to look sick, man. I already know.
Go off in the dune. See, that right there, just seeing the top of them looks pretty dope.
Hopefully the robe cooperates. There you go. You're about to see it. Sean's doing it live for us. Doc says, Jabba, I think, is my next start. Dude, don't even get me started on that Jabba. I want it so bad, but it's just way too big.
If I wasn't getting Drogon from Game of Thrones, I would be getting Jabba next. But
Sean, see if you can get him on top sitting up there. That's what I really want to see.
Okay. So
do you think he's posable enough to sit around it?
It's possible. So just so you guys know, I use this thumb.
That's cool. For the lead. Yeah, that's cool.
For the back. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the lead.
Yeah, to grab right here. Because it fits in perfectly. I was kind of concerned that it wouldn't, but it does.
Very cool. Looks like the dog is a big fan of the new purchase.
9. Seats.
What does 9 mean?
No.
Sean's
they're German shepherds, so I'm speaking to them in German. Seats!
Cool.
Oh, yeah. The mystery has been solved. Penn said the dog sniffing implies that it's real animal fur.
Yeah, I got that impression already.
Doc said
I don't know about that. Dogs, they're just curious, just like cats.
Oh, see, this is the money shot.
Oh, look at them
right
straddling them.
That's the money shot. You got to have him like this with the gaffy stick on his back. I'm excited to see this.
See, stuff like this is what really, why you do stuff like that. This is pretty cool.
Is that lead going to fit over those horns?
If you got the means and the space, like...
That's what I'm looking to see right now.
I wonder if you have to unkey him, because that seems like it's like kind of tight to the body. He's going to pan up. He's doing the lead first, and then I'm sure he'll pan up.
Everybody's saying tilt the camera.
Yeah, they're all saying they want to see it. So, it comes off. Cool. How does that attach? Does it like have a little tie down spot?
No, it was stepping on it.
Makes sense. The grand reveal. Hell yeah, that's awesome, dude. That is so cool. Like I said, only thing it's missing, you got to throw the gaffy stick on his back, and he's good to go. That's amazing, and it's awesome that he's posable enough to fit around it. I'm sure you'll adjust it and stuff when you're not on camera, but that looks awesome, man.
Dude, you have to take some photos of this for sure.
Yeah, some like high.
This is literally a video in itself for your channel right there, man.
True.
Yeah, you should do a review on it and then have a shot of him sitting on there in the end. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. I love that. Being that I'm a big Boba Fett fan, this is money to me. So cool. That's such a great figure. That's definitely one of the better releases of Boba Fett.
Connor, put your pants back on.
I will not. I'll admire it from afar. I don't have room for this. The scale looks pretty correct to me.
It does.
Yeah.
After seeing him on there, it looks pretty accurate.
That's awesome.
Ew. Ew.
I don't think he appreciated you grabbing his bald head like that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay, we're taking Sean off. Is that all you have to show, though, Sean? Or is there anything else you want to show while we have you pulled up?
I don't know. Does anybody else want to see something?
Doc wants you to keep enabling him, he said.
Okay. Here. I'll enable Doc right now, then.
Oh, you know what I want to see, Sean? I want to see your Hall of Iron Man figures that you have. I don't think I've ever seen that. If you've shown it, I didn't really pay too much attention, I guess.
Well, it's been my Marvel stuff has been under construction, but
Under construction.
well, remember this wall was empty.
Mojo, you should like this one. This is the Marvel wall part of it. Yeah, I remember.
So, but because I'm running out of room with all the Marvel stuff.
Oh, you have 2 Venoms? I didn't.
You've
know
got
that.
2. I was just going to say that.
Look at Sean. Look at Sean over here rubbing it in. He's ready for the 1973
with his Wolverine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Sean, that's a good question. Penn asked, "Where's the? If you could show us where your Bantha's going to go in the collection."
Right here. So hopefully it fits.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was about to say it's crazy that it's big enough to possibly fit that. Those displays are pretty giant.
But because I'm working on Mandalorian display right now.
Oh, you should have him with the Sand People too.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Some Tusken Raiders, that'd be dope. That's like ideal. Man, that's a beautiful shelf right there.
I
Sean.
still want one of those.
Oh, Artillery Trooper, I'm getting him tomorrow. I probably will do an unboxing, guys. So if you're ready to watch my first unboxing video, I'll probably do it on the Artillery Trooper just because he's arriving tomorrow. I know it's not going to be one that's like heavily viewed, but I feel like it'd be good practice, you know.
You never know, man. I said that about my Spider-Man mini bust, and it's one of the most
that's
viewed
different.
videos.
That's different than the Artillery Trooper. So many people are sleeping on that figure, I feel like.
But you never know, man. A thing you would think wouldn't do well ends up doing really well.
We'll see. Sean has the Mandarin. That's so funny, man. I would never buy that figure. That's so goofy.
Why? That's a good figure.
It looks good. It's accurate to the actor. I just think it's funny.
I got it for like $100-something.
$100-something.
So my Clone Wars display over here.
Very jealous of that. So that's where all Sean's money goes. 501st clones.
That's why they waitlisted.
Right, it's Sean's fault. Look at this man, bro. That looks amazing, though, dude. I really dig how you have everything laid out. Yeah, so guys, Sean, once again, check out Hot Toys Nightmare. Sean just opened his channel not long ago. He has been doing some teasers and stuff for his collection. But eventually he plans on doing an entire collection video once he gets everything sorted how he wants it. So I have a feeling that's going to be pretty awesome once it's all said and done. But it's nice to get a little sneak peek here on Hot Toys Hotline so you can see kind of what Sean's working with and what he's working on. And again, he has a tremendous amount of space, as you can see.
This just proves, children, when you work hard and you're not tied down to just one woman,
Hot Toys
or one
success
man,
story.
whatever you prefer, anything's possible in your collection.
Right.
Hashtag make sure you always feed your kids.
Here they come downstairs. You don't feed us.
All right, I'm going to put this down for a second so I can move the Bantha if you guys want to take me off for a moment.
Sure. Yeah, we'll take it back up here.
Take it back now, y'all.
Penn says Sean is single-handedly justifying Hot Toys only producing the Blue Boys. Look, in terms of the Blue Boys, we don't have the Blue Boys until we have 5s, until we have ARC Trooper Echo. We need all of the true Blue Boys. I'm waiting to see those myself. Do I have anything to show you guys? What did I get in the past week? I showed you the Wolverine claws. Oh, I know Penn is familiar with Vintage Collection. I also do collect Vintage Collection figures. And I did get the Shore Trooper 4-pack in. These guys are really cool. So Hasbro's been doing these 4-packs, kind of like army builder packs.
What's up, Maz?
I've been buying them all up. Oh, Maz is here?
Mm-hmm.
Maz, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're actually getting ready to close out here soon, but we've had an amazing stream. We've had a lot of fun tonight. Another channel you guys should check out, a friend of the channel. I've made one appearance so far on Maz's Toy Box. But go check out Maz's channel. He does a lot of toy photography stuff, which I'm a huge novice in. So he's a great person to watch if you want to learn some techniques and different things with toy photography. So go check out Maz's Toy Box. He does stream very often as well. So if you like watching live streams, obviously you do if you're here, go check out Maz. Oh, it's all good, man. There's so much going on right now. Sometimes I'll pop in your stream and you're close to ending it too, so no big deal. But hey, if you get bored, you know as much as I do that the replays are very useful. There's so many people that I watch, so the replays are definitely helpful because I can't always make it out live, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that all too well because you stream and make content very often, so you know how it is. So trust me, I understand more than anyone. But yeah, we're just chilling. Sean actually just unboxed his Blurg from Inbox Studios. Oh, sorry, Bantha from Inbox Studios. So now he's putting it on the shelf because we all demanded that he put it out now. You know what I thought of earlier, Chris, when you brought up the Black Series flame effects? I did just get the Incinerator Trooper set, and it came with this cool little like flame effect. So
Yeah.
if you think of it this way, it's like Grogu blocking the flames. That's the whole point of the set.
Oh, wow.
It also comes with the Incinerator Trooper with his floppy little flamethrower. Not as good as the Hot Toys one. But yeah, that's really all I've got over the past week. I haven't really bought much.
The
Again,
only thing I got, because of the fiance, is a couple frames. She insisted I pick these things up.
Insisted. Oh, is that from, you know what that looks like? It looks like it's from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, you think I'm lying. She actually insisted I get these. Like, literally fought with me to get them.
That's Hobby Lobby, dude. I know that picture. They carry the coolest stuff.
It actually wasn't Hobby Lobby. It was, what was it? God dang it. What is the...
well, regardless, guys, if you're looking to pick up stuff
Burlington.
Like that, okay, so that makes sense. So Hobby Lobby often will take stuff that they can't sell, and places like Burlington will get it. But also, guys, if you're looking for like really cool Star Wars framed prints or like 3D pictures like he has there, Hobby Lobby is a great place. They sell a lot of Star Wars and Marvel products. I actually have here, since we're chilling here, I'll show you one that I have in my room from Hobby Lobby real quick. Actually, scratch that. I screwed it way too deep into the wall, but trust me, I have a picture from Hobby Lobby. It's like a wide angle Star Wars design that has all these different characters and the letters. Yeah, Pen, I try not to get in that too much. I just had one of my friend's girlfriends worked there for the longest time, so she would give us a discount and stuff. Oh, Sean's showing his Blurg. Let's pull Sean back up.
You mean Bantha?
I keep saying Blurg now. It's Chris's fault. He's showing his Bantha. If you guys weren't here for this, if anyone has jumped in since then, Sean unboxed it and he put the Hobo Boba Fett on. And I think that looks amazing. Definitely a giant piece, but if you have the room for it, it's kind of the best way to display this Boba Fett, in my opinion.
Here is the Inbox Studio Blurg.
Oh, that's cool. It looks pretty nice. I like the teeth on it.
Mm-hmm. Looks way more aggressive.
Like I said,
than Hot Toys.
I did grab the Hot Toys one, and I'm excited to see that in person. But this one looks really good. Maz says, Nightmare, you're rocking the Billies, I see.
I am.
Many, many Billies. Yeah, he does. He looks very cinematic. Very, very cinematic.
Yeah, Kevin is super into customs. He got this ghost face hoodie and it had a print on the back that he cut out and then made
I
it into
saw
a
that.
frame. But
I
it
saw
was
that on
like
Facebook. It's
a
cool.
name brand vendetta or whatever. I think it's
Yep.
badass, dude. Especially
Very
if you're
cool.
a horror fan.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, it's about that time. We're almost at 4 hours. Time flies when you're having fun. This was a great stream. Thank you so much to everybody who stuck in here. You guys have just been amazing with the support. It means a tremendous amount that you guys like what we do and you stick around and you participate and you watch my videos and you comment on it and then you check out Chris's channel and you check out Hot Toys Nightmare. We really do appreciate it. You guys are incredible supporters, so thank you so much. Once again, if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing so you can get yourself an entry in the giveaway for the Arkham series Harley Quinn. And check out the channels of both Hot Toys Nightmare and Collecting Madness. They are in the description below. All it takes is a click. Also, if you would like to support us in another way, I do have links, referral links for Sideshow for all of the newer figures that were discussed in today's video. So if you would like to place an order and you're going to anyway, maybe drop me a referral if you feel like it. You don't have to, of course, but I do have links in the description if you would like to do so. But that's all we got for you. Of course, next week we'll be back again on Thursday with another stream. Does anybody else have anything new going on in the channel? I know, Chris, we mentioned your unboxing of the Snowspeeder Luke.
Yep.
Anything in the works for you, Sean?
Yeah, I need to do a video. I have to put 2 more glass doors on for where the marble stuff is. And then I just have to move some things. And then I'll be doing my next video on the collection. I might eventually do another video just for the Bantha review as well.
I would totally do that. I think a lot of us would want to see that. And definitely in better lighting, obviously, because you're just like unboxing it and showing it to us live. So it would definitely be nice to see it in good lighting so you can kind of see the detail in the face and such.
Yeah. But it looks great.
The only other thing I got is, like I said, this guy I'm going to do. And then I'm still trying to, like you did with the tips, I plan on doing how to get rid of the extra dye that comes in the robes to prevent your figures from staining. I do that a lot to all my Jedi, and it's really simple.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that, guys. If you're a newer collector, a lot of these like collecting tips videos, they're definitely useful. Like I said in my video for the pleather maintenance, it's something that I would have liked to seen. And I know there are other pleather maintenance videos, but I feel like none of them that were done weren't as hands-on as mine. Not to brag or anything, but I wanted to be more hands-on with it, so it makes it easier for especially newer collectors. And I do have another video planned soon, probably in the next few weeks. I will be doing a video on pleather repair. So if you have a damaged pauldron on a Death Trooper, or if you have any damaged pleather on your Chewbacca, or anything that has damaged pleather, you might want to tune in because I'm going to show you guys how to repair that and kind of give you options on what you could do with that.
I'm excited to see the doctor at work.
Yes, somewhat of a doctor. Not a real doctor, though, but somewhat of a doctor. Doc says don't go. I have another 20. Doc, I feel like we made it at least through most of your shift. You can at least give us that. 4 hours for us, like, you're asking a lot.
He has 8 minutes left. He'll be okay.
Right, but we had a lot of fun. Thank you again, guys. You guys are amazing. Those of you that are seeing it on the replay, I hope you enjoy. And as always, we will see you next week on Thursday. And keep an eye out again on all of our channels. We have content consistently coming. And I will be filming a review tomorrow for the Artillery Trooper. So if that excites you whatsoever, I will be putting a video up on the channel most likely probably this weekend, I would say. Yeah, Doc said you sure did. Take care as well, OG. Thank you so much for being here. You suck it out for the whole stream. You're the man.
He did.
My Boba Fett brethren. Thank you so much for being here. But that's all we got for you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.